Well, kia ora everybody, welcome here to Porirua, and it is Sky Broadband Rapid League Basketball action time for you on a Saturday afternoon, round 7, Tokomanawa Queens up against the Mainland Pouākai, and this is the third meeting between these two this season, third and final meeting in the regular season. Of course, they might meet again in the playoffs, and it's nicely poised heading into this one, with both teams having won one game each heading into this match. Glenn Lama here, Crystal Ledger-Walker for the call today, and Crystal, and this is what is it in the Rapid League? It is first versus second, so it's all set up for a beautiful clash.
Yeah, both of these squads look very strong, very deep squads for both teams, but it's going to be interesting how the Pouākai go today, as they're only going to suit up 5 players for this Rapid League game. Yes,
indeed, and we'll get to that 5 in just a moment, but yeah, confirming first versus second. The Queens have lost just once, and that was to the Pouākai back on October the 24th. So a couple of weeks back, Pouākai winning that 37-32. The Queens did get the win earlier in October, 33-31, in a close affair. But here's the Pouākai. They'll be fancying themselves to win, having beaten the Queens just recently in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. So let's have a look at the starting 5, and the starting 5, these are the only 5 players that are playing for the Pouākai today. Hana Lacey Rameka, it is Kavana Lene, Ava Jones, Olivia O'Neill, and Charlotte Whitaker, who of course is a pretty decent player.
Yes, she is. She's had a very decorated collegiate career and really taking her stride into this pro scene, playing offshore in Australia, and now happy to be back home in New Zealand for the first time.
Playing the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. That starting 5 again for the Queens is Hippolyte Hokianga, Burrows, Truesdell, and Briley Rogers. Let's have a look at these stats here, and I'm looking at those top 2 being pretty even there, with the defensive rebounding obviously in the Pouākai's favour, but Whitaker, Truesdell, that's going to be an interesting clash, that one, head-to-head.
Yeah, 2 tall ferns going at it. It's going to be a good one. Very physical, strong, and a lot of size down low, so we'll see how this matchup goes. But I'm also excited to see a name that we didn't see come up on our screens yet, and we'll get more into that as we get along, but Brooke Basham is back and in action for the Queens.
Yeah, new signing for the Queens this week. Whether we get to see her in this game, I don't know yet. We'll see, but she is listed on the subs bench. Shuhon Martin, Samuel Pan, and Jasmine Dean are the officials for this game, by the way. Yeah, Brooke Basham from Australia. Okay, let's get this Sky Broadband Rapid League game underway. And the Queens are in the green, and straight away, Hippolyte. She won't get 2 easier points all season than that.
No, I think there was a lot of confusion that happened after that jump ball. People were unsure about which way they were going. Brianna Hippolyte was happy about that confusion, though.
Exactly. I'll take those 2 points any day of the week. So Pouākai looking to respond nicely, and they have through Lacey Remaka.
Yeah, great cut by Hana down low, and Kavana Lere so aggressive getting into the paint. Had a perfect pass to her teammate as well.
There's some good players playing in this game. Here's one right here, Hokianga, and she's got the foul right there out of Lacey Remaka.
The angle on your screen is a bit deceiving. Pallas Hokianga is much shorter than Hana Lacey Rameka.
Oh, so look at that right there. That certainly displays it.
That's a better angle, but you can tell she has to be so crafty and get into Hana's body to draw that foul and get the ball up over her.
Now, Pallas Hokianga, 18 years of age, first year at the Queens, played for the Phi last year. And she's been going at 6 points per game in the Sky Broadband Rapid League this season. Gets her first 2 in this game from the Chemist Warehouse strike.
A former Rapid League MVP, might I add, as well, taking the award in the inaugural Rapid League year.
Whitaker for 3, and she stroked that one beautifully.
What a luxury when your big man can step out and knock that shot down. Paige Burrows quick in the lane.
Wow, she didn't take the shot there, Burrows, and here come the Pouākai on the breakthrough. O'Neill. Jones now, Ava Jones. Nelson, of course, part of that Jones family of basketballers. She's gracing us again at the moment. Sister of Hayden, of course.
Hayden and Maya Jones, who has just started her collegiate career at Santa Clara University. Hope she's going well if she's watching.
And of course, looking forward to seeing Hayden starting his college career pretty soon as well, as we get 2 points for the Pouākai. And that was Ava Jones. Timely. It's like she was listening to our call there, Crystal.
Right. We should speak about her some more.
There goes the three ball from the Queens, and Jones with the rebound. And here come the Pouākai again through Olivia O'Neill. Whitaker. Ooh, player went down there, and that's a hard shot off the rim there. No basket though for Jones or for Lene. And here comes Hippolyte. Diana Hippolyte can put up, try and bank one in. Whitaker can't secure the ball, and Truesdale's got it. Nice pass. Oh, and unfortunately, Rogers just couldn't quite catch it there, and it's going to be Pouākai ball. Well, there's our answer. Brooke Basham's come into the game. Get a feel for the game. Brooke Basham, the Australian, wearing 8 for the Queens.
She'll be excited that Rapid League is a game she can warm up in. And speaking about warming up, Hana Lacey Rameka with that three-pointer. She's coming off a great game where she had 16 points versus the Hoiho and draws the foul as well.
Yeah, she got the steal there. Ball is following her around the court at the moment. Lacey Rameka has 5 points already. Rotorua born player, second year at the Pouākai. Pouākai doing very well in this first quarter so far. Here goes the three from Lacey Rameka again. She can't miss.
She is a shooter. She's long, she's versatile, but has that scorer's mentality that if you leave any space, she's going to light it up.
Rogers. Riley Rogers putting up the triple. And that's just turned over the ball to Pouākai. Have got a 9-point lead in this first quarter. Dominant performance from them so far. Helps win Lacey Rameka with 2 threes in the game so far. Here she is again. And she's lured a foul out of Briley Rogers this time.
She's earned that respect. Briley had to get all the way out, make sure her closeout was nice and close. But the Queens will want to watch out to not pick up another foul. It's only 3 to get into the bonus in Rapid League.
Yeah, it's been pretty much perfect so far for the Pouākai. Whitaker. Nice little pass back to O'Neill. Another foul, and there you are. There's your third foul.
Olivia O'Neill, a very experienced player. She has experience coaching our New Zealand 3-on-3 teams as well, so definitely has a brain for the game. Look at her just bodying her way to the hoop and puts it in from the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
You didn't play in Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa last year, Olivia O'Neill. That did in 2023 for the Pouākai. In 2022, she was with the Hoiho. So good to see her back playing in 2025. Now Burrows coming down court for the Queens. Here's Basham. Hippolyte thinking about that three again. Hippolyte with those fast twitch fibers. And there's a nice strong rebound taken by Lene. There's O'Neill again. Ivana Lene. 19 years of age. Whitaker, beautiful pass back to Lene. Can't seal it, Hippolyte's got it.
You're right, though. That's a great pass from Charlotte Whitaker. She has that height to see over the line of defense and deliver it on the money.
Here's the three from Basham. It's away. Whitaker's got the rebound. Pouākai with 4 seconds left in this quarter. Someone's got to put the shot up. Lacey Rameka wasn't far away, and that would have been apt if she nailed that three to end the quarter. She's been terrific. 14-4. It's a 10-point game in the first quarter. It's the visitors who made the hot start in this one. Well, Lacey Rameka with 8 points. That last shot of hers was her first miss in the game. Very nice job. They're shooting the ball at just under 70%. Pouākai in that first quarter.
I like that she's come out to this game aggressive. We saw her, as I mentioned, versus the Hoiho. She had 16 points, 5 rebounds. Today, she's already got 8 and 2 steals. With Emma Rogers out, the front runner for the Rapid League MVP, they need someone else to step up in that scoring role, and Hannah has done that today so far. We'll see if she can keep it up as this game continues.
There's the last cheese for $30. Dunk 2025 is that online code. If you're ordering via the web, why not just scan that QR code on your mobile device? That offer valid until this Thursday. And there's Olivia O'Neill, 25 years of age. She's been scoring 2 points per game, but she's a real facilitator and playing pretty much every second of the Rapid League for Pouākai as we get the second quarter underway here. Whitaker, marked by Rogers. Remika just couldn't quite get it back to Whitaker, but it's come off a Queen's player, so it still will be Pouākai ball.
That's the right option. Charlotte Whitaker had the smaller guard on her inside, but the pass should have been up high away from those pesky guard defenders. Charlotte Whitaker, too strong.
That was a muscle basket, that one, wasn't it?
It absolutely was. She had a few Queens players fly at her. Does not matter when you have the size and the build to beat them.
Yeah, just watch Whitaker here. Poor old Hokianga had no chance there. But she put her body on the line there, Pallas Hokianga. Another day she might have got a charge against Whitaker, but not today. Can't complete the three-point play. Rebound, though, is good for the Pouākai. Everything going well for them at the moment as we see Whitaker again involved. Here's O'Neill. 3 balls away this time. And it's going to be Queen's possession. Just 2 baskets in them so far, scored by Hippolyte and Hokianga.
And this is the start the Queens will want. They wanted to get out with this early lead. They only have the 5, so now they can control the pace of the game. We see them sitting in that 2-3 zone. Too much space for Pallas Hokianga. She's too experienced to sit that far back on.
4 points for her in the game. First basket for the Queens for a while. A bit cold in that first quarter. Whitaker taking up position again. She's got such a size mismatch with those Queens players, Crystal.
And she understands the game so well. Perfect positioning for Whitaker. Backed her player down. See if the Queens can respond.
Yes, Hippolyte. Back to poor Hokianga for 3. And the rebound taken nicely by Burrows. And there's a foul. It's good work by Paige Burrows.
When you look at the squad the Queens have out on the floor now, they want to play fast, they want to push this pace, they want to make the Pouākai tired down the stretch.
Well, just going to take another seat on the bench. Basham. Hippolyte. Looking for Basham again. From South Australia is Brooke Basham. Oh, almost nicking it was her fellow Aussie, Paige Burrows, and here comes O'Neill. Jones. Lacey Ramika over to Lene. Lacey Ramika again. He goes to 3 ball from Jones this time. Gets her own rebound. Nice job by her. Plenty of time for Lene to line up the 3. Hard luck for Kavana Lene. It's going to be a foul against the Pouākai.
Ava Jones a bit unlucky to pick up that foul down low. It's getting very physical under the rim, but I liked that ball movement from the Pouākai. Everyone got a touch on that possession.
Queen struggling to get good looks at this end of the court, though, aren't they, Crystal? Here's Hokianga, just as I say that. Crazy to think that 4 of their 8 points have just been gifts so far. That basket there, and the first one of the game, you remember, after the tip-off.
Yes, but that is the difference inside right now. Charlotte Whitaker making the most of these mismatches. The Queens discussing how they can fix this, but you're right, Pallas Hokianga said, watch your mouth up there. Watch me score this basket, make some space down low.
Oh, that was a not good look there by Ava Jones. Couldn't seal it though. Here comes Hokianga again. With her on the right flank, but Hokianga just lost it stone cold, and Lacey Remeka had it smashed out of her hands there by Hippolyte. Hokianga with the mid-ranger. She ain't going to miss that one. That's 6 points for, in fact, 8 points now for Palace Hokianga.
This trio of Queens guards is so pesky up the court in Burrows, Hokianga and Hippolyte. You've got to watch yourself when you have the ball in hand.
There's Jones, back to Whitaker. Whitaker! Nice. That's experience and class right there. It's a three-point play as well. Whitaker is just bossing the paint at the moment.
She is absolutely putting on a clinic. The patience to stop down low, get Truesdell the shot blocker in the air and finish.
Charlotte Whitaker up to 9 points already. Hasn't missed a field goal. That's 4 from 4. And gets the and 1-2 from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. She's up to 10 points. Pouākai maintaining this double-digit lead. And there she is, getting the ball, and the outlet is a beauty. Lene can't get 2 more points for the Pouākai. Kavana Lene does well to salvage it. Whitaker. Lene again. Lacey Remeka. Stay active with that shot, just getting away before the shot clock expired. Here comes Hokianga. Truesdell. See if she can get past Whitaker. Well, at least she gets a foul out of it.
Yeah, made something out of nothing on that play. Got very stagnant, but Josie Truesdell, with her experience, able to make something happen. Just the poise, the patience.
Josie Truesdell, of course, at the Queens. Back at the Queens after a year break last year. They had a baby in 2024. Back playing the game she loves. 30 seconds left in this quarter. And 2 much needed points there for the Queens. First points of the game there for Truesdell. O'Neill. Whitaker. O'Neill again. Whitaker now able to find a way to the basket again, but this time the Queens, no, they don't keep her out again.
Pretty good double by Brooke Basham to come in and shock Charlotte Whitaker on the initial play. Have another look at it here. Does enough to put her off, but you can't not box her out. She's too big down low. You've got to put a body on her, and you've got to force her out of that good positioning.
So Whitaker back to the line again. The Chemist Warehouse stripe. Alex Stojkovic there on the left, already deep in thought about how to take down this Queens team in the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa game, which tips off at just after 3. Whitaker shooting the ball well from the free throw line too, isn't she? It's a nice job from there. She's 3 from 4 in the game now. And we've got a BNZ player timeout called by the Queens. There's your chance to win some tickets to the BNZ ticket of the game. Just scan that QR code. Still got several tickets to give away to school groups, other groups. Just scan the QR code, fill out your group's details, and grab your tickets to the big game. With thanks to BNZ, always supporting the investment into New Zealand basketball. 8 seconds left in this half. Riley Rogers. Hokianga with a quick shot. And it's good from Palace Hokianga. 11 points. And there goes the BNZ player timeout called by the Pouākai.
What a play by the Queens. Give it to me and let me line this one up, said Palace Hokianga. Up to 8 points, 8 very much needed points from the young gun with the Queens.
Wow, that basket was a gem. It's cut that lead to 8. Let's see if the Queens can hold out the Pouākai now. And Hokianga Having a great first half. It's like Whitaker for the Pouākai. Here she is putting up the three. Ooh, it's away, but it's an 8-point lead at halftime. Pouākai up 23-12. They outscored the Queens by 1 point in that second quarter, 9-8. Pouākai looking strong, mainly through the exploits of Charlotte Whitaker, who has 12 points and 2 rebounds in the first half, and significantly 2.
Yeah, to me...
That one there, just looking at that stat there, that she's attracted 4 fouls on her as well. That's a key stat.
Yeah, she's taking up a lot of attention in the paint. She's drawing a lot of attention from the Queens defense. They just don't have the size individually to match her. Truesdale has the height, but not necessarily the strength and build that Whitaker has. So we'll see what the Queens' adjustments are in the second half. Let's just check out some of these Chemist Warehouse stats. There she is, Charlotte Whitaker with the 12 points, absolutely dominating today. And Hana Lacey Rameka, she ticked it over early and got the game going the right way for the Pouākai, lining it up from deep. She has 2 threes on the day. And Pallas Hokianga really doing it all for the Queens, using that Tall Ferns experience she has, that rapid MVP experience she has as well. And then rebounds, Truesdale 3, Lenny and Jones getting in as guards, crashing those boards with 3 apiece, and obviously Whitaker tidying up her own on that last one, adding another rebound, but she's just scoring in truckloads right now. Burrows with some smaller size, getting in amongst the action too. And then O'Neill and Lenny with 2 assists apiece. The ball seems like it's flowing for the Pouākai today. You can tell by those numbers right there. And also the steals by Hana.
I think the Queens best treasure the possession a little bit better than they've perhaps done in that first half. Give up 4 steals in that first half. They'll be looking to scrub that stat, keep that stat on 4 for the rest of the game.
And how about this Pouākai squad, all of them in on the huddle. They know they only have 5 girls out on the court, so their starters, their imported players sitting on that bench and bringing some energy to their team.
Yeah, good heart. They've had a bit of a mixed season, haven't they, the Pouākai? In the Tauihi Basketball League with 4 wins and 4 losses. Hammered. But then they've dished out some punishment as well in some other games. See how they go a little bit later on this afternoon. Hippolyte for 3 to get things underway, and she buries that, and suddenly we're back to a 5-point margin.
That is a great shot for Kiriana Hippolyte. She can absolutely get going. She had 18 points in her first Rapid League outing this year, so we know she can score.
Hippolyte averaging 7 points per game, and that's just been lost out of court by Olivia O'Neill, and it's going to be Queen's ball.
The perfect start for the half for the Queens. Start on a score and get the stop.
Basham might have been a little lucky, clipped her the old ankle tap.
No one saw it.
O'Neill saw, she felt it. And that look right there says, hey, I'm not impressed. That should be me with a foul. And we have the ball still. Burrows. Kicks it back out to Hippolyte. Burrows for 3. Just away, and Basham almost stole it, and Whitaker has it. Nice job by the Pouākai to tidy that up.
The Pouākai sitting in that 2-3 zone, not only to save energy, but also because they have that size to clog the paint.
3 ball from Lene, that's away. Taken nicely here by Toilau, who's going to go all the way, is she here? She does. Nice job by Toilau.
What a strong take by her, a member of that under-16 girls team who got silver at the World Cup, really put New Zealand on the stage for the women's game.
She's only 15, by the way, folks, to number 47. The Queens doesn't turn 16 until March next year.
Does not look that age right now.
Here's Whitaker again. And the shot clock has expired. Good deed that time by the Queens. They gutsed out there. A very good first 1 minute and 30 in this third quarter, Crystal.
Yeah, Josie Truesdale, she's experienced. She'll figure you out after a few goes. She sat on Charlotte Whitaker's left shoulder. Her preferred hand forced her into a tough one.
To a 3-point game here. Well, the lead was 12, remember, at one point. Here's Hippolyte. Here's Basham for her first points and gets them on that occasion. Brooke Basham, welcome to Wellington.
You know, what a shot. They'll want her to get going like that, especially in the main game. So good to see her get warmed up.
And all of these players have gone a bit cold now, haven't they? For the Pouākai, they've gone away, as we see the block there. In fact, the foul is going to be conceded by Lacey Remaka. Gone away from their game plan, which we saw executed well in the first half, where they just pretty much gave the ball to Whitaker. Haven't done that in this third quarter.
No, I think it's a bit windy down there and on that side of the court. I'm just kidding. Hana Lacey Ramika has the length. She likes to block shots. But Brooke Basham, very experienced, knows how to sell it.
Yeah, 5 years in the Australian Women's League for Adelaide. What about that? The Pouākai now trailing in the game. It's an 8-0 run to the Queens in this third quarter. In fact, a 10-0 run in this third quarter for the Queens so far.
They've picked it up defensively. They're more aggressive. They're getting into the Pouākai and making things uncomfortable, forcing those errors.
Basham can't nail the triple. Siremaka with the rebound. Now O'Neill. Not really, just hovering around that three-point line at the moment. Charlotte Whitaker can't nail the triple. Good strong rebound by Basham. Here come the Queens off and running again. Hokianga. Nice pass into Burrows. Burrows is fouled this time by Lacey Remaka.
It's her third personal foul. 2 quick ones on the last few possessions. The Pouākai cannot afford for anybody to foul out of this game.
Paige Burrows at the line here. Key player off the bench for the Queens. She too wasn't here at the start of the season. Big Cole came out injured. She replaced her. Burrows had 5 games, scoring 2 points per game. Queens continue this hot run, 12-0 in this third quarter.
They're showing us why they've only lost 1 Rapid League game all season.
The turnaround we've seen in this game now. There's a foul going against Ava Jones this time.
I like what Brooke Basham is doing, shocking the Pouākai with her double teams. Fortunately, they picked up the foul on that one. And it made Ava Jones very uncomfortable down low.
Oh, this... Basham almost getting the ball back again for the Queens. O'Neill to inbound it for the Pouākai, who haven't scored in this quarter. It's going to remain that way. Truesdell pitches the rebound. Now Basham. Basham. Nice pass into Rogers. That's blocked though. Oh no, it's not been blocked. Another foul. It's Lacey Ramika. Happy. She's going to have to watch it just a little bit.
Look at this cut off the ball. Basham went middle. Riley Rogers slicing along that baseline. Great read and way to move with the ball. Brooke Basham has the vision to find her.
Riley Rogers goes to the line now. So the Pouākai scored 14 points in the first quarter, 9 in the second, none in the third. This is an extraordinary turnaround. Can't quite believe what we're watching.
Definitely a game of runs, momentum shifts. The Queens controlling it right now.
Truesdell with the rebound. Are the Pouākai going to go through this game scoreless, this quarter scoreless? Hokianga. Nice pass into Truesdell. No foul this time, but Rogers, that's come off her, and it's going to be Mainland Pouākai ball with 20.9 seconds left.
They'll definitely want to get to a set. Go back to their big Charlotte Whitaker inside, who was dominating. See if they can get a good look to end this quarter.
The Pouākai desperately don't want to go to the quarter break with a donut. Jones. Running out of time now. Oh, can you believe that? They get the basket. A freakish basket to break their duck in that third quarter. Wow, what a finish. Keeps the Pouākai in it. It's 28-26 with 1 quarter remaining in the Sky Broadband Rapid League game.
What a shot, what a deep look. Kavanaleta tried to get in the paint early. Said, you know what, let me just line it up from out here. Look how deep that shot is. A couple steps back off the 3, and just like that, they're within a few possessions. But what a quarter for the Queens.
Yeah, Queens outscoring their opponents 13-3. That was an amazing three-pointer from Lene. Her first points of the game. Interesting to note too, I don't know what happens here with only 5 players named to play for Pouākai. Hana Lacey Rameka is on 4 fouls. What happens if she picks up a 5th? They're going to have to play the rest of the game with 4 players.
They will.
Wow.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens if they... Pretty sure you can't bring someone back in out of that starting lineup.
Well, watch Hana Lacey Rameka. She is there, the number 5, playing on 4 fouls. She played about a minute of that last quarter on 4 fouls as well. There she is there. She's contributed strong at the other end of the court too. 8 points. So the Pouākai, even though they've just had a horror show in that third quarter, are still right in this game. Here's Jones. Lene. Remarkable 3 between that third quarter. Now it's Whitaker. Back they go to Charlotte Whitaker. Oh, needs a little reach in by Brooke Basham. That's what they were doing so well in the first and the second quarters, right?
Yes, they were. They were going and playing through Charlotte Whitaker. See her with that smaller guard. The Queens had to switch that handoff. Brooke Basham had a hand on it. She was completely shocked with the call, thought it was good.
Well, Whitaker, it's her second miss from the free throw line. In this game, she's got 12 points in the game. Stays 12, she misses both from the Chemist Warehouse. And here comes Hokianga again. Basham. The roll off the rim, not to be. Whitaker with the rebound. O'Neill. Nice strong drive there from Lene, who's starting to show up nicely in this game.
She is a talented player, has come up through the New Zealand age group system. Palis Hokianga disappointed with herself on that one. Did everything right.
Lene's come back from serious injury as well to get into the Pouākai this season. Whitaker misses from a handy range. Basham with the outlet pass is a beauty to Hokianga. Basham again for 3 this time. And it goes from Brooke Basham.
I like what I'm seeing from Brooke Basham. It's going to be an exciting piece to watch as the season unfolds and she starts to get more comfortable in these Queens colours.
Lacey Rameka can't nail that long ranger. Gets her own rebound somehow though. Oh, nice steal there from Paige Burrows. Here's Hippolyte for 3. Picked up by Ava Jones.
She hit one from that spot moments earlier. It was a good kick out by Burrows. Did not want to challenge the size inside.
Jones again. Here's Whitaker. Ava Jones steps back for the 3-pointer. And it goes from Ava Jones. She's got that shooting touch from her old man Phil.
Yes, she does. And the quick release too. Not much time to let that shot go.
First 3 of the game for Jones. She's up to 5 points. Exciting game here as Paige Burrows finds some space down the key.
Great job slicing in the paint. Nobody steps up to help out.
Noel Bennett now getting a little bit nervous. The coach on the sideline as Lenny goes from long range again. Wow, this game's gone ballistic.
It absolutely has, thanks to Kavana Lene as well. Two very tough threes in the second half.
What a finish we've got coming up here, especially if this goes in from Brooke Basham.
The Queens advertised her as a shooter, and she is just what they said, a sniper from deep.
Brooke Basham with 10 points in the game, and there's a great basket as well from Lacey Ramika, and she's fouled as well. 46 seconds left, and neither of these two teams can miss at the moment.
Did a great job of turning that corner off the screen, putting her head down, getting to the cup, absorbing the contact from Rogers. And she has a chance to take the lead with this free throw.
With 46 seconds left. Lacey Ramika. Oh, hang on. Let someone break the line. They did. So they're going to have another one. Lacey Ramika now with 11 points and a 1-point lead. Well, we've got maybe 2-3 possessions left in this game. Big moments in this contest now in the Sky Broadband Rapidly game. Kiriana Hippolyte. Tipped out of court there by Lene.
Good hands from the Pouākai, doing just enough to disrupt that pass.
Basham just nailed that magnificent triple a moment ago. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Hokianga, she's lost it. All the little reach in. There's the whistle from Sam Pan.
Oh no.
Woohoo.
And I think that was on Hana Lacey Ramika. Have another look at it. The quick, explosive first step.
Oh, contact was minimal there. Yeah, there's only 4 out there now for the Pouākai. Can you believe that? Now, the officials have just stopped play because they're confused. I think there's only 4 players. I don't think I've seen this before. Yes, we've seen Rapid League teams on plenty of occasions only having 5 players, but I don't think one of them's ever fouled out in a game that I can recall.
No, I don't think so. Either I've seen someone go down with injury but stayed on the court just to play it out.
Wow, what a win this would be for Pouākai. Can they hang on with 4 players with 22 seconds left?
I mean, we've seen Kavana Lere do some special things already today, so we'll see if they have some more magic left in him.
Well, they might only need one more stop here. Here's Truesdale, blocked by Whitaker. No, it's a foul. It's a foul. Well, you'd have to say there was plenty of contact there from Charlotte Whitaker.
Yeah, I think that angle, that camera angle showed Charlotte Whitaker's arms coming down. Did a pretty good job of moving the ball, the Queens, but yeah, a lot of contact.
Well, Truesdale potentially here for the win. Oh, she's missed the first.
Don't do
Josie
it like
Truesdale,
that, Glenn.
come on, Josie. Well, it's a tied game with 16.7 left, and we've got a BNZ player timeout called. 16.7. Ava Jones might have been just a little hasty there.
Yeah, and I think the girls are a little bit upset about her calling that timeout early because they have to advance the ball, and when you go into that end of the court, you only get 14 seconds on the clock. There's 16.7 right now, so there'll be a little bit of time left over for the Queens. But we'll see what play. I don't know if they've drawn up a play or practiced a play with only 4 players.
That's right. Hana Lacey Ramika fouled out with 11 points and 2 rebounds. What was it? 22 seconds. It was left in the game. So can they find a match-winning play here with 4 players? Going to be tough.
From the Queens, I'm putting 2 on Charlotte Whitaker.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, Jones to inbound it. Whitaker. O'Neill. Olivia O'Neill. Here's Lene, who buried that 3 to win the end of third quarter. Lene. Shot clock down to 3 seconds. Lene. Hippolyte. And She was screaming for the BNZ player timeout. It's going to be fascinating to see how much time there's going to be put on the clock here. Got no doubt the Queens are going to get some time here, Crystal. It's just how much.
Yeah, Kiriana Hippolyte was definitely begging for that timeout. As soon as she called for the ball.
I reckon they're going to get 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh, good call, Glenn. 3 seconds.
Yeah. So here is the game. If not, we go to overtime. Overtime will be 1 minute long. Fascinating game here.
Oh, we're famous for being first in a lot of things, including rapid, and this might be another.
Right, let's have a look here. Brooke Basham for the win. Ooh, close call. We're off to overtime in this game.
And they'll go straight into overtime. No timeouts, no resetting or re-talking with your coach. You'll line straight back up for a jump ball. Hopefully this time they know which way they're going.
How on earth are the Pouākai going to win with 4 players?
Oh,
I'm just struggling to kind of figure out an answer to that.
the Pouākai fans are waiting at home, sitting at home watching this game, saying, watch this, we will find a way. We believe in our team, even with 1 player short.
Let's see, it's going to be a loose ball foul there, I think, on Charlotte Whitaker.
Okay, and now that's...
She goes to 4 fouls.
Yeah.
Jeepers, don't say she's going to foul out as well.
Hopefully someone's telling the Queens and they go straight at her.
Now this is Kiriana Hippolyte, giving the Queens the lead. Staggering to think that the Pouākai are in such a powerful position midway through the second quarter. Now they trail again by 2. Here's O'Neill.
Well, we spoke about only playing with 5 and the fatigue that might come into play. Potentially we saw it play out in the fouls and the lack of discipline defensively. But right now, these girls will be gassed. They've played the entire game.
Yeah, they've got the Tauihi game coming up as well, and there's some pretty key players out there. Whitaker being one of them. Here's Whitaker, blocked by Truesdell. What a block from her.
Truesdell, the blocking queen, set a record in college. Hippolyte just wanting to run this time down.
Truesdell doing a good job too. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Here's Hoki-Young, who's hardly missed all game. That's 5 from 7 from the field, 13 points. And it's been lost by Lene over there. It's going to be Queen's ball, is it?
It is fumbled. That ball off the inbounds pass. I think they're letting them redo this throw-in.
Well, Mel Bennett will be feeling much better about life now as we close on down the end of this game here. Just too tough with 4 players, isn't it? Lene. And there's a foul by Hoki-Young. And this will be 3 shots for Kavana Lene.
Glenn, this has the potential to go to a second overtime.
Now there's the foul from Hoki-Young. So Kavana Lene. Oh, maybe not now, with only 4.2 seconds left. Well, there's Helen Williamson and Alex Stojkovic getting things done for the Pouākai. Boy, it's been a challenging game. Lene, unfortunately, not able to get the job done from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. She's got 1 more chance, though.
I'm telling you, that fatigue that I spoke about, definitely a factor.
They need a steal now, and they're not going to get it. Nice job by the Queens to close that one out. Bit of a mismatch with only 4 players in that overtime, but the Queens get it 41-38. Congrats to both teams, though. That was a really good game of Sky Broadband Rapid League action. Lots of intrigue.
man, what a game that was. The Pouākai finishing it off with 4, able to get it to overtime, but just not quite enough firepower to get it done in the end. And look at all those points. Everybody in that game scored. So great to see the ball getting shared, moving around. Charlotte Whitaker was just unstoppable in that first half, but the Queens tightened things up in the back end, went on the run in that third quarter where they held the Pouākai to only 3 points, and they exploded for 13 and did just enough to hold on in that extra time period. But how about Brooke Basham? She was just a delight to watch today.
Yeah, Whitaker had a good all-round game, didn't she? Adding 5 rebounds to her 12 points. Excellent numbers for Truesdale at that end. That's pretty normal for her. 3 points and 5 rebounds. Look at those assists. That's great to see. Total assists for the Queens in the game of 10 and 8 for the Pouākai. So really good job by both teams to not be selfish and spread the ball. Just the 1 block in the game. And steals as well. 4 steals in the end to the Pouākai, 2 to the Queens as we close this one out. Great game of Sky Broadband Rapidly game. Hope you enjoyed it. As we wrap up those Chemist Warehouse stats, Tokomanawa Queens winning over the Pouākai by 41-38. We'll be back at 3 o'clock in about 15 minutes. We build up to the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa game between the same 2 teams. Join us then.
That you can go to. We also have earplugs for any farmer that was like a bit of quiet as they want to go. As part of our focus on inclusion, we also want the fact that have 2 degrees supportive sports zone set up outside. Posters and leaders are all there to go. Because in our game, the one of them is basketball. Everyone is welcome. It's all about keeping heroes in the game. At 15, Indra McGoldrick. Number 44, Makina Dale. Number 67, Abby Ball.
Kia ora te whanau and welcome to Porirua and welcome to round 7 of the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa League for 2025. We're at the Rauparaha Arena for the Tokomanawa Queens Mainland Pouākai game. This is match number 3 for these two teams this season. And coincidentally, or curiously, the 2 previous matches have been won by the away team, with the Pouākai winning 103-79 back on October the 24th. The Queens winning 81-69 back on October the 4th, about just over a month ago. So it'll be fascinating to see who emerges with a 2-1 scoreline today. There is the Good Health Mix and Pick .com poll, brought to you by the Good Health and the trusted Vitalix range. The natural immune defence support for the whole family available at the Chemist Warehouse. And the Queens heavily favoured in this one. What's that? 81% of you out there think you are going to win. So have some fun, folks. Scan that QR code. We'd love your input. Who do you think's going to win the game? Scan the QR code now and cast your votes. Crystal Ledger Walker's here. And Crystal, perfectly set up, isn't it? One apiece this season. Both won by decisive margins as well. So flip a coin on this one, you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's 2 very different styles of basketball coming together today. You have the Queens, who are very experienced. They like to be disciplined, get through their sets, whereas you have the Pouākai, who like to get out and run and light it up from deep. So we'll see which style wins out today, I think.
Well, this is a top-of-the-table clash in the... Well, it was to be a top-of-the-table clash until the Phi got that sneaky win over Hoiho last night in the last second. They're going to the top of the table for the meantime. But if the Queens get the job done here, they will return to the top of the table. Pouākai come into this with a 4-4 record in 3rd place. So they can just ease clear of the Hoiho just a little bit if they get the victory here this afternoon. But the ladder looking pretty solid for the top 4 teams. Let's have a look at the rest of the draw for the weekend, boys. We check out Tanya Tupu, the Queens coach, with some last-minute thoughts. Kahu at home tomorrow against the Hoiho, who back up after that heartbreaking loss to the Phi last night. And then we're into round 8 next weekend. Starting on Friday night, Queens again here at home against the Kahu. And then a double header on Sunday with the Hoiho and the Queens battling it away in Dunedin. And then to be followed by that match in Tauranga with the Phi hosting the Pouākai. Well, let's have a look at the starting 5s for the 2 lineups now. Ezra McGoldrick, Marina Whittle, Morgan Yeager, McKenna Dale and Abigail Fogg about to do battle for the Pouākai. Let's hear from the captain of the team, the tall fern, McKenna Dale.
Kia ora. So you guys have 1 win, 1 loss in the season series with the Queens, and the last game was a big one for you guys. What did the Pouākai learn in that last matchup with the Queens?
Yeah, I think for one, we really locked in on our defense, which helped us a lot, and we played a lot of transition. We played with a lot of pace, so hopefully we'll be able to replicate those 2 things tonight.
Awesome. The Queens have got a potent front line and look to control games from the block, both scoring and on the glass. What are the mandatories for the Pouākai to try and limit the impact in today's contest?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have a really strong inside presence with Panina and Lou, but they also have some pretty great guards. So I think just really locking in as a team and playing a collective team defense is super key here.
Yeah, McKenna been going great for the Pouākai this season. They're moving down from the Whai. She's been going at 11 points per season, 7 rebounds a game as well. Fern is in excellent form for her new team. Let's have a look at the Queens lineup. And again, no surprises for their starting 5 today with Christy Wallace, Stella Beck, Ji-Hyun Park, and Panina Davidson, who's been in great form. Double-double per game for her this season, and Lou Brown as well. Let's hear from Christy Wallace, who of course is a former WNBA player.
Kia ora, Wally. Hey, so you've split the season series so far. Where is the Queen going to look to limit the Pouākai today as you look to take on the season decider?
Yeah, big game today. We're excited. Third game against this matchup. We're really looking to our defense here to stop the Pouākai. They're quick. They love the transition, so we're trying to slow them down in that area.
Looking at your play in the point guard position, you're the 3rd leading scorer in the league, you're the top in the assists. So how do you approach a game like this today with all of those goals in mind?
Yeah, not necessarily goals for me. I think for me it's just about getting the team involved and making us look as good as we possibly can. We have such good teammates and such killer people from each end of the court. So we're looking to get them shots.
Well, Christy Wallace is starting to fire up big time. 93 games in the WNBA for Atlanta and Indiana. Of course, bronze medal at last year's Olympic Games for the Opals and a World Cup bronze medalist as well. I mean, she is, I think, if you go through all the teams, the best pickup, I think, just about of any player this season in Tauihi.
Oh, her resume is so impressive. But just how humble is she and how selfless in the way she speaks so highly about her teams. No matter what level she's playing at, she gives her all. She's a hard worker and she is completely bought in what the Queens are trying to do down there.
Yeah, they've been great. Now, if you missed the Rapid League game, it went to overtime between these two teams earlier this afternoon. 41-38, won by the Queens. And they were trailing by 12 points at one stage during that game. And the other intriguing thing as we check out the head-to-heads in just a moment was the Pouākai only had 5 players stripped for that game, and one of them fouled out. So they finished with just 4 players. Just unfortunately just hampered them a little bit in overtime in particular. One more look at the Good Health Mix and Pick.com poll there for you. Again, no change there, 81%. Have some fun with that. We'll be popping that up a little bit later on for you to scan that QR code and get your input. Now let's go to the head-to-heads here, Crystal, and have a look at what's going to happen here. And Pouākai have been a bit up and down, haven't they? They are a big point scoring team though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They lead the league in points scored per game, averaging 87.8 points per game. So they definitely get it going offensively. As McKenna Dale alluded to, it's going to be defensively. What can they do to stop the likes of Panina Davidson and Lou Brown, who are forces inside, and now adding the likes of Brooke Basham, who can light it up as well. But let's speak to these leading scorers. Marina Whittle is an absolute bucket, can light up the 3. She leads the league in scoring for a reason. She gets it done in all levels. She's versatile. She is strong. Then Christy Wallace, we've already gone through her resume and what she can do. She leads this team in points scored per game and assists, averaging just under 7, speaking to that unselfishness that she plays with.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a battle, this game. And we hope you strap yourselves in and enjoy this game all the way through the next couple of hours for you. Last game the Pouākai played, they beat the Kahu 85-66. That was 6 days ago. And the Queens were also last up winners, beating the Whai 80-70. Callum Welsh, Sean Martin, Sam Pan have got the whistles for this game. So meeting number 3 between these two. It's going to be Fogg and Brown to contest the tip.
And how about these uniforms for the Queens?
Yeah, super cool.
That they've done it to support autism in New Zealand.
Brown is going to win the tip, and Wallace has it for the Queens. Straight away into Davidson. Oh, hang on. Offensive foul, I'm pretty sure we saw there. Yes, it is. Oh, early foul conceded by the Queens.
But you can already see the intention that the Queens have to get it inside that mismatch. This is going to be a fun battle to watch as well. These 2 point guards, Jaeger and Wallace, go at it.
And now it's been turned over. Here comes Beck. Wallace again. Now Davidson. Expect her to have another dominant game. This Queen's starting five is very good as Wallace gets in and gets the first points of the game.
Morgan Jaeger slipping over, leaving Wally wide open under the hoop.
It's going to be a jump ball. It's got a little messy there for the Pouākai. Pick up what happened here. And then it just seemed... Jaeger just fell over. Dale has it tipped out of bounds by Stella Beck. It's going to be a good battle if those two match up. Beck against McKenna Dale.
Absolutely will. Two Torfern teammates. They know each other's game. Two very high IQ players as well.
And there is the first basket by Ezra McGoldrick. Expect her to have a big one. We haven't spoken too much about her this season so far. What have you made of her form, Ezra McGoldrick?
I mean, she has been great. She's got 13 points until she reached 500 career points. So we'll see if she achieves that today. But she has been in this league a while, and she has shown us just how much of a sniper and scorer she can be.
Without question, one of New Zealand's better players at the moment. And there's Park going to work. Found some space around McGoldrick that time.
Ji-Hoon Park, so physical. She's deceivingly strong and can blow by anyone if you give her the chance. Dale from deep.
And Davidson's got the rebound. Now here comes Wallace once more. And closely by Morgan Jaeger. Brown, cross court it goes to Park. Shot clock down to single numbers here. Here's Davidson. And Davidson rolls in 2 points, gets her first two of the game.
Too big, too strong, makes it look easy down low. Penina Davidson, the leading New Zealand scorer for a reason.
Yeah, absolutely, she's been having a terrific season. Now Fogg, look, she was taking a hit up in rugby league there. Head down into the defensive line she goes.
Been watching some rugby out here in New Zealand. Look at that great pass from Jaeger. And Fogg able to get that ball up through the gap. Forces the defense to take her on her side, draws the foul.
Fogg, a Canadian with huge experience in Europe. Turkey, Hungary, Italy, Belgium, Switzerland. Here she is in New Zealand, first visit down under. Fogg been going at 10 points per game at 65%. And there's 2 free throws being dropped by the Chemist at the Chemist Warehouse stripe by her as well. Cuts that lead back to 2 early in this one. Davidson. And there goes Davidson again. Good look for herself there too, Crystal. Not able to seal it.
She did, and there was a lot of contact on that take as well. Fogg gets away with the no call.
Here's Jaeger. There goes the 3 ball from McGoldrick. Strong rebound taken there by Beck. It's good work from Stella Beck. She's a player that gets in the right spots on a basketball court more often than not. Beck going baseline here. Oh, did all the hard work there, Stella Beck.
So good with those 2 long steps on her layups.
Morgan Jaeger again. Again, just like Beck, the other end of the court. That's all the hard work there. Here goes Stella Beck again. And lures the foul this time out of McGoldrick.
Stella Beck is so tough to guard. Just watch that change of pace with her steps, slows herself right down and buys enough time to draw the foul. She knows that this Pouākai team likes to block shots. They're long, they're athletic. They're bigger than most guards, so can get a piece. Stella Beck coming off her first double-double of the season. She picked that up versus the Phi, where she had 10 points and 11 rebounds. A stat stuffer.
Mike Sal with the three. Can't nail it, the American. And now it's a solid start by the Queens here. Rebounding the ball well, getting good looks. It's missing a couple of good looks. It's really the only blemish they've made in this game so far. What about strength of Davidson right there? She is just uncontrollable down low.
She is. She had the smaller Taylor Mike Sal, on her down low. It is a mismatch. Look at that, the guard on the big, the double comes, does not matter, gets the foul as well.
Yeah, Penina Davidson averaging a double-double a game. Can't get the three-point play. Queens up by 4. Whittle back out there after a short break. Dale. We get back to Fogg. Now Mike Sal. And it's good defense again by the Queens.
The Queens once again taking their time to get to their spots. Running a screener action. Ezra with the good hands.
Almost a steal off Brown there. Good pass. And again, though, Park can't get those 2 points as we see Wallace got such a good basketball IQI. She is just everywhere.
She gives you her all on both ends of the floor. We quite often see imports come in and only want to play offense. That is not the case with Christy Wallace. She'll get up after you as well.
Park taking the breather for the Queens. Again, brings Brooke Basham out into the game. She's wearing 8 for the Queens. This is her first game in Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa, another Australian who's come over from Adelaide. Queens announced his signing midweek. Here she is wearing 8. Gets the steal straight away. And the outlet pass is a beauty as well, and that's evidence of what you said earlier. The Pouākai want to run.
They do, and what a great delivery from Bree Hall on that break. McKenna Dale, so good at getting out and running.
There goes Davidson again to work.
It's just pretty footwork. Put Fogg in the spin cycle back to her strong right hand.
6 points for Davidson already. This pass from Whittle. That was a great ball into Fogg.
That was great movement from the Pouākai, lifting up out of that corner and leaving Fogg down low, all alone.
Wallace. Marshall and Brown to come up high. Beck does likewise. Marked by Bree Hall. Oh, poor pass this time, picked up by Mike Sal. All off and running, didn't get the ball though from Mike Sal, and there's a steal from Basham.
Basham, very experienced. She's played at a high level for a very long time.
Yeah, 5 years in the Australian Basketball League for Adelaide, her home states, and there's Davidson again. That's a counter. Oh, hello. Who's down injured there? Is that Abigail Fogg? It is. Something's happened to her.
Looks like she's in a lot of pain. Hopefully Lydia Bowles, the Pouākai physio, travelled. But great pass from Stella Beck to Penina Davidson, all alone underneath the hoop.
Substitution for Mainland Pouākai, number 45, Shana Lydia.
Well, Fogg looks in distress. That has to be said there. Well, whether she fell awkwardly or whether that's a... Yeah, she does not look in good shape there, Crystal. That's a blow for the Pouākai. Maybe a poke in the eye there. Oh, yeah, there she goes. Just on the, at the start of that, looked like she might have got an accidental poke in the eye there from Wallace. Davidson again can't convert the three-point play.
Charlotte Whitaker in for the Pouākai. She had an outstanding rapid lead game. She's seen Penina Davidson a few times. Marina Whittle
Gets her own rebound as Whittle. Now Mike Sell. Here's Hall. Jump shot from the NBA. WNBA draftee, and there's Whitaker. It's going to be no basket.
They had her over the back of Ji-Hoon Park. Charlotte Whitaker works very hard for rebounds, but Ji-Hoon Park had the better position on that one.
Well, let's hope we have not seen the last of Fogg. It does not look good. She tries to get that eye sorted out. His Beck almost losing it and has lost it. Good steal by Whittle. Here comes Mike Sell. And Hall. That's lovely play.
Great hands by Whittle. Always active. And once again, the Pouākai looking good in offensive transition.
What about Bree Hall there? 20th pick by Indiana in the WNBA draft this year. Now that's Caitlin Clark's team, right?
No, yes, it is. But she played for South Carolina in college. But yeah, she's a great get and a big name to come down.
But imagine Bree Hall, if you're Bree Hall going to play with Caitlin Clark, you'd be off the charts with excitement, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I think anyone that goes to play with Caitlin Clark would be more than excited about it.
Here she is playing for Pouākai in the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa League, and here's Beck. Looked like a little bit of confusion there between Whittle and McKenna Dale as they try and sort that out now.
And going back to the FIBA chat, Christy Wallace was also a part of that squad, so potentially they could have met in Indiana.
That's right. Speaking of Wallace, she's back into the game. That's a good first shift, I've got to say, from Pernina Davidson. 8 points, 2 rebounds. Mind you, it's what we see from her. You can see that delivered game after game after game, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, she's averaging just under a triple-double. She's second in the league with rebounds, 9.86 per game. And then, yeah, 16 points per game, 5th overall for the league in scoring. And the first player to record 300 rebounds. So definitely high standards for Pernina.
Jaeger. Good battle, those two. Oh, there's a turnover. Basham has it. Wallace. Jaeger, of course, the MVP in last year's. Wallace with that, can't nail it. Jaeger, the MVP in last year's grand final, of course, for the Phi. Foul. There is the winning coach for the Phi last year, Alex Stoykovic, down in Christchurch now.
I spoke to Morgan Jaeger last week and she said she loves playing for Alex. Obviously followed him all the way down south alongside McKenna Dale.
Whittle. Now Hall. Stood on the baseline there, Bree Hall. On the sideline, rather. 13-10 with only 3 to play. Yeah, pretty competitive game so far between these two teams. Low scoring. It's been a nice intensity to this game. Here's Brown back to Wallace. Wallace looking for space, can't find it, but she does get it in.
That is a tough finish over a very strong big Charlotte Whitaker down low. Morgan Jaeger loves getting downhill.
Ooh, what about that? Whitaker can't grab it, and Beck has it. Oh, just throws it straight to Charlotte Whitaker. Whittle. There goes Jaeger for 3. Can't nail it. Beck has the rebound on the weak side. Now the Queens are going to slow it down.
Stelbeck being very intentional about the shots they take, the sets they run.
Wallace looking for Beck. Now, like it might have come off the knee there of Whitaker. See if he can pick that up. Just keep your eye on number 45 here. Yeah, it's come off her leg there, hasn't it?
Substitution for the Queens, number 6, Paige Burrows.
Fogg. Still battling a little bit that eye injury. But every time I hear or see someone poked in the eye in a basketball game, I immediately think back to Tom Abercrombie for the Breakers a few years ago.
Oh, man.
That was horrific. Park. Shot clock has expired, and Brown couldn't get that one away in time.
I'm not sure if Ji-Hoon Park knew that the shot clock was so low.
Well, it didn't reset, did it? Because even though it hit Whitaker on the leg, it wasn't played at by Whitaker.
Yeah, no, she did not have possession, so did not get the reset.
Speaking of Whitaker, here's a three. And Wallace sensing a fast break opportunity. Christy Wallace. Brown. Marked by Whitaker. Brown going to work. Another very effective big player is Lou Brown, and there's her first 2 points of the game.
Charlotte Whitaker has a lot of size down there, but Lou Brown, very experienced, another player that has played in the WNBL, has been up here a couple seasons now, but just look at the use of her body, using those elbows to get enough space outside of Whitaker's frame and get the finish.
Timeout being called. Chance for both coaches to talk things over. Tania Tutu and Alex Stojkovic. Queens looking solid. They're looking very tough in this first quarter so far. 17 points. Davidson leading away with 8. Wallace with 4. They're shooting the ball well too, Crystal. 63%. Yes, they might have only put up 11 shots so far, but 7 of them have been dropped. And all the statistical categories are pretty solid for the Queens so far.
Yeah, I also like the addition of Brooke Basham. She brings something different to this squad. Her aggressiveness on defense. She's a more physical, bigger guard than what the Queens had previously with Riley Lupfa. So definitely a good addition and pickup. Can I say find at this late point in the season?
Abigail Fogg a chance. She's smiling now. Hopefully we'll see her back out on the court. But there is that mixandpick.com poll. Brought to you by Good Health again. Just scan that QR code. Love to get your input on this game, folks. Who's going to win? And what margin if you think the Queens are going to be victorious? Love to get you involved in our broadcast this afternoon. Tokomanawa Queens up by 7 at the moment. They're looking good. Just looking tough. Tough to beat. And I think if you can limit a team like the Pouākai to 10, 15 points per quarter, you're going to give yourself a very good chance of winning. And there's another miss, this time by Whittle. Oh, that's great work by McGoldrick to get the ball back for the Pouākai.
Yes, but back to your point about holding the Pouākai to only 10 points in the first 9 minutes. That is definitely a feat that the Queens would have been going after. Like I mentioned earlier in our broadcast, the Pouākai are the highest scoring team. They average just under 90 a game. So definitely not used to starting games this slowly.
And it's not like the Pouākai short of offensive firepower either. Here's Jaeger. She hasn't scored in the game yet, Morgan Jaeger rather. Now McGoldrick. Basket well defended again by Brown. That was brilliant from Whittle, but they still can't get it to 4.
But they need some more of those extra looks through offensive rebounds. Another chance to have a possession.
Burrows out there now for the Queens. Nice from Brown. Burrows just couldn't quite handle the ball. Still keeps it alive really well, and that is beautifully finished from Park.
Oh, the cohesion between the Queens. Park moves so well off the ball. You cannot go to sleep. You cannot take your eyes off her, because just like that, she will slice behind you. Look at that placement from Bree Hall, and it's an easy call for our officials. Bree Hall had Ji-Hoon Park's singlet tied up. And I love this little cultural flair that Ji-Hoon Park brings to our league, taking a bow before she receives her free throw shot.
3-point plays completed from the Chemist Warehouse strike. Brains Trust, Tupu and Bennett there. Pretty happy with the way things have unfolded in this first quarter for their team, the Tokomanawa Queens. Now Hall, it opens up for Bree Hall. And she takes the 2 points. Much needed points for the Pouākai.
That's a good decision from Bree Hall. The Queens were trying to ice her, and wow, it's a lot of contact.
Oh, I chuckle. Jaeger is competitive, isn't she?
She is, and these two have some history. Obviously, both from Australia, seen each other a lot in WNBL. But let's have another look at this tumble. Both players
Wallace
are getting
is going to
after it.
remember that one, Crystal. I know if you were in Wallace's shoes, you definitely would.
Oh, look, I'll tell you what. She is one player that if you get her fired up in the wrong way, she will come and kill you. And we know she has the skill set to do it. But I said it early, this matchup between Jaeger and Wally is one to watch for.
Yeah, you can see Jaeger's up for it for sure. 1 out of 2 there for Christy Wallace. She's up to 5 points. Here's Jaeger going around Wallace. Beautiful dish there to Bree Hall. Good way for the Pouākai to win this quarter. As the Queens take an 8-point lead at the end of the first. Very professional, proficient performance by the home team. 22-14, second quarter coming up next.
Who will compete for pizza slices? They have 10 chances to grab numbers. They need to dribble the ball, come down, shoot, and if they get it in front, they can grab their pizza slice. They have 30 seconds starting now. We have 30 seconds for everyone to wish Kelly a happy birthday. Kelly, happy birthday. Here's a jersey from the Tokomanawa Queens. We hope you put this on. Clap it up for Kelly. Happy birthday, Kelly.
22 points to 14 to the Tokomanawa Queens at the end of the first quarter in this round 7 clash. And interesting as we go through the stat sheet, 18 of those 22 points are in the paint for the Queens, and they have been beautifully executing those plays inside, haven't they?
Yeah, talk about domination down low. Talk about dominating some pizza. Look at that on your screen. Large cheese pizza, $30. Use that online code DUNK2025, or yeah, scan the QR code and get amongst it.
And just speaking of points in the paint too, 12 of the 14 from the Pouākai have also been in the paint. So not a lot of action from outside the key scoring-wise in this game so far. As Wallace looking for Davidson immediately there. Bit of a mismatch with Jaeger. There goes the 3 ball from Wallace. Davidson now. I think she's conceded the foul there, Tanina Davidson.
I like that shot choice by Christy Wallace though. Panina Davidson did have that mismatch down low, but also was in good rebounding position. Morgan Jaeger hyped up about that call.
Jaeger is, I don't know, she took some rock juice this morning. She is like walking on coals right now. Here she is, Morgan Jaeger. Oh, turns it over. McGoldrick. You can hear the bench of the Queens just love that era.
This is why you have to get out and see games live. The closer you can be to the action, here's some of the smack talk going on in the court, the game within the game.
Speaking of smack talk, what about that? And can you believe there was no whistle? Bree Hall was on a bouncy castle there.
She looked straight for the ref as soon as she got up off the floor. Have a look from that angle. Panina Davidson sent her flying.
Score, by the way, folks, 22-14. Just correcting that graphic you can see on your screen at the moment. Now that's Penini Davidson at the free throw line again, the Chemist Warehouse strike. She's a 68% free throw shooter this season, but she's been a dominant figure in this game. And there is class all over the court amongst both teams. Davidson already up to 10 points.
Yeah, she's averaging just under that double-double. She is consistent in this league. Oh, Jiwon Park. Great hands, great anticipation for that entry.
Got behind Whittle there nicely. Now Stella Beck, hammered by Bree Hall. Another foul coming, another player off to the Chemist Warehouse strike.
The Pouākai, without Abigail Fogg out there, have put a smaller lineup. The Queens, as we mentioned, just dominating the paint.
So Stella Beck, stored in the Queens. Hasn't played for anyone else in the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa League. And she gets 2 free throws this time. Stella Beck is a real mainstay of this team. As the Queens get to their lead, 12 points now. Biggest lead of the game. Big 3 attempts, no good as Beck gets the rebound. Plays halfback there for Jiwon Park. Davidson looking for the ball again, Park. And she is fouled this time by Whittle.
Marina Whittle not happy about that call. That will be her second personal foul in the game. But check out Jiwon Park just probing that defense multiple times with the fancy footwork to get around. And
Sorry, Chris, I was about to say the foul count is starting to become an issue already for the Pouākai. They've conceded 11 fouls in the game. Whitaker's on 2, Mike Sell's on 2, Dale's on 2, and now Whittle's on 2.
Yeah, that's a lot for Coach Stojkovic to manage moving forward, because you have to keep meeting the physicality that these Queens players play with, and they don't have the size to play a finesse type of standoff game.
And the other issue again, if you just joined the broadcast, is that Abigail Fogg, we haven't seen her for a while after she got a poke in the eye. Now Dale is back out there on 2 fouls. We'll see if Fogg returns, but no sign of her yet. Jaeger out to Whitaker. Whitaker gets it back again. Charlotte Whitaker trying to create space on Davidson, but Davidson defends it well. Whitaker again. Yeah, didn't touch the rim, did it, that shot from Whitaker, so the shot clock expires.
If you're the Queens coaching staff, you love that possession. They play defense right till the end. Those are the types of stops you want to get, just slowing this Pouākai team all the way back down.
Wallace. Lovely pass from Brown. It's Beck. It's going to roll in for 2 more for Stella Beck.
That is just pretty basketball from the Queens. Moving off each other really well, lifting into gaps and making space for the likes of Stella Beck to drive down the middle and put her team up 16.
Yeah, this is quite a performance by the Queens. It's a shutout pretty much at the moment, isn't it, Crystal? The Pouākai just can't get good looks at the moment. Defensively, very impressive from the team in black so far.
Yeah, they're hard to stop. We know the Pouākai want to get out and run. They want to play fast, but in order to do that, they have to get some stops defensively so that they can get on the break.
Well, plenty of challenges for Alex Stojkovic here, the coach of the Pouākai. Nothing going for this team in red at all in this game. Foul trouble, injury to a key player. Shooting the ball at 27%. Only got 6 field goals in the game so far.
Yeah, the Pouākai coming off a good win versus the Kahu, but the game before that they really struggled against the Hoiho. I don't think anyone expected that scoreline, but they want to stay away from those troubles that they have and keep moving forward and building on that win they had last week.
Yeah, this has been a basketball clinic so far from the Queens at both ends of the court. Massive challenges early in this game for the Pouākai. Here's Jaeger. Whitaker. Now, Mike Sell. Dale. Goldring. She hasn't really got into the game yet. Here's Jaeger. Still remains scoreless in this game. Another stop there for the Queens. Here's Park. Wallace going baseline on Jaeger. I get the pull up to drop. Here's Jaeger. Oh, almost stolen off Mike Sell. It has been. Brilliant play. Wallace is clear.
Well, clear for takeoff. Christy Wallace picking up the crumbs. Good hands by Stella Beck to strip that one. McGoldrick.
D on her by Brown this time. Yeah, the play from Stella Beck was first class, wasn't it, in the lead up to that layup from Wallace. A three goes astray this time. Boy, that would have really hurt.
Yeah, you can just feel the momentum, the enjoyment that the Queens are playing with, the freedom. Mike Sell not make anything happen on that one.
Jaeger for three. And finally something falls for Morgan Jaeger.
That was a good decision by her. Charlotte Whitaker set her a great screen, forced Stella Beck to go under. Jaeger pulled the trigger.
Wallace again. Shot clock down to 8. Nice pass from Brown. Again, lovely rotation. Beck can't nail the three. Here's a lovely little breakout by McKenna Dale. And that's some signs of life in the Pouākai.
Yeah, that's a good run by McKenna Dale. And the Queens won't want to muck around. They know the score is on this Pouākai team. They won't want to give them any hope moving forward.
Yeah, it's a lovely play from McKenna Dale. So, I love the timeout by Tanya Tutu though. No mucking around here. Let's hit the reset button, guys, and go again.
Yeah, absolutely. And she brings Brooke Basham back in, who also has that dog in her defensively, will get out in transition, try to stop things like that happening. Just have a little look on your screen to the left, that node 2, their teammate Tiana Mangakahia, who passed away earlier this season. So good that they keep her there as a reminder.
Yeah, never forget.
Tough for T, such an awesome player. I played with her earlier this year at the Porirua Māori tournament. Yeah, great to remember her and everything she's done for basketball on this side of the world.
32-19 the score. Davidson remains the top scorer with 10 points. Wallace up to 7. Park 7. Beck 5. And Brown 3. This starting 5 has been humming for the Queens in this game. Here's Park. Rebound by Brown. She is working hard, but Dale has finally got it for the Pouākai. Whittle, lovely pass down to Bree Hall, and there's a foul from Davidson. That'll be her second foul.
Great pass from Whittle to place that over to Bree Hall, to go straight at Penina Davidson. If you can't stop her that side defensively, maybe you can get her in foul trouble and get her out of the game that way.
Yes, Davidson almost stealing it off Whitaker. Here's Dale, pulling up for the jump shots. There's a little foul there was there. Oh, this Queens player's got a feather out again, did they?
Right, just a little tickle.
So Dale going to go to the Chemist Warehouse stripe for 2 shots. 91% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe this season, McKenna Dale.
So bump that number up, thank you. McKenna Dale, ice cold, comes in, very professional, everywhere she goes, and is a shooter. My heart makes no mistake with that.
6 points for Dale. 11 points is the margin. Pouākai hanging in there. Beck back to Davidson for the mid-ranger. And Brown picks up the Dregs.
Like I said, that is just a great shot selection by Penina Davidson. Knew Lou Brown had great rebounding position underneath.
Dale for 3. And Whitaker with her physical presence. There's Whittle for 3. Whitaker again. Bree Hall for 3 this time. It's just not happening for Pouākai at the moment in this game.
You know, we know that's what they want to do. They want to take those outside shots. They all have the green light to let it go. Alex Stojkovic will be happy that they got that many looks at it.
And they were good looks too, weren't they? Here's Park. Shot clock down to 3. And that's hardy stuff from the Pouākai.
Yeah, good defense from them. They'll want to keep getting stops. They'll want to build their momentum on this side of the court, like I said, so they can get out and run, but also try to slow these Queens down.
Marina Whittle from Melbourne, first year in New Zealand. Jaeger brings the ball down court. Just that triple, early ball in this time. Not there for Whittle that time, couldn't nail that. Bree Hall, great anticipation from her. McGoldrick for 3. Hard luck for Ezra McGoldrick.
Absolute toilet bowl on that one. Went all the way round, couldn't get it. But you have a feeling that one of these is just going to drop for the Pouākai.
There's Brown getting tough. Jaeger held her ground though and has got the ball. 2 Aussies going at it there.
Tell you what, if one guard loves the challenge, it's Morgan Jaeger down low.
She's a tough rooster, isn't she?
She is, and she never shies away.
Goldrick lost. Here comes Basham. Basham, not to be. Hard not to resist the temptation to play for a 3-point play, but I think Dale shows how it's done there. You just go hard and try and get it.
She did. She put her head down. She knew she had Lou Brown, the big on her. Just look at her getting herself to the rim, putting it up, playing to the refs, know that they want to reward the aggressor.
Brown's going to take a breather on the bench. Sits down for the meantime with 5 points and 7 rebounds. She's the leading rebounder in the game. McKenna Dale missing the first. Setting with the second from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. 12-point game. Again, it's been a real grind in this second quarter. Davidson working away on her Torfern's teammate McGoldrick, and McGoldrick winning the battle there on that occasion.
Yeah, Penina Davidson disappointed with herself that she didn't get that finish, but Marina Whittle had the same idea as Dale, wasn't rewarded with the call.
Great play again from Davidson there. Get that pass away to Wallace. Beck. That pause button just for a moment. Davidson stepping back, putting up the 3. And nailing it, Penina Davidson.
We've seen her do that a few times this season. Penina Davidson showing us her shooting bag.
13 points for her. It's back to a 15-point lead. The lead has been as high as 18. And there's a tough play from Bree Hall. You know, players like Penina Davidson been around a while. Fresh players like Bree Hall, fresh out of college. Yeah, she's been picked up in the WNBA. But, you know, Davidson's going to show her a thing or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Takes a step back there, holds the follow-through. Pretty shot, but will have to take a seat, unfortunately, because now she's up to 2 personal fouls. It was a smart take by Bree Hall to put her head down. She knew they were in the bonus and should be taking a trip to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line should she hear a whistle.
So all it is. She's out of Ohio, born in a town called Dayton. Great to have her in New Zealand as well. Here's Wallace again. Wallace. You know, when Wallace lets the ball fly like that, it's generally going to be close, if not go in.
That shot is signature, especially around that free throw line. She is money.
Ball throws it away, picked up by Basham. Young getting some court time now. And Wallace going to settle it down. Wallace working off Brown. Pick and roll and play. Here's Beck. Stella Beck.
Stella Beck doing Stella Beck things. Those 2 long steps to get around the defense. Have another look at it. Great awareness from Lou Brown. That 1-2 outside the body.
A little nudge on the forehead from Ezra McGoldrick there. So Davidson on 3 fouls. He's on the bench there at the moment. Others on 2 fouls. Brooke Basham's got 2 fouls. And 4 players on 2 fouls for the Pouākai. Whittle, Dale, Mike Sell and Whitaker. None of them, crucially, have added to their foul count in this second quarter.
And the Pouākai playing short-handed without Fogg, but also Emma Rogers, who adds a spark off the bench for this Pouākai squad. Can I also just give a shout-out to Emma Rogers to her 18th birthday today?
Hey, yeah, it would have been nice for her to get out there and play.
That would have been the perfect birthday gift, but unfortunately has a wrist injury to her right hand, I'm pretty sure.
If you weren't watching earlier, Fogg picked up an eye injury in this game, got a straight poke in the eye during the first quarter, and she was on the bench for a while, but we've not seen her on the bench this whole second quarter. So that suggests she won't be back, Crystal.
You're potentially getting it fixed out back. Let's hope it's my option.
Yeah, exactly. Come out with an eye patch on in the second half, who knows? Here's Ji-Hyun Park. He's starting 5 players from the Queens. Boy, they have got it going together, haven't they?
Anyone on this side of the world would be scared if they saw those names lined up on the same roster. An international level.
How about that from Dale? That was pretty good.
Right, she's another very good international player, McKenna Dale.
And she's got 9 points, leading all scorers in the Pouākai. Bree Hall started from the bench, she's on 8. Brown. Wallace with the cup of Brown. Fadeaway doesn't fall, and Park though with the offensive rebound. It's a beauty. Here's Brown again. In it goes for 2 hard-earned points.
And that's the story of the game right there. Just those extra rebounds the Queens are pulling in. It's really inflicting their force down low. Stella Beck with the reach in and foul on that one.
18-point game. That is the biggest lead, or equal biggest lead of the game. It's just such a clinic being put on the Queens. It's hard to see how the Pouākai can find a way back into this game.
Yeah, they need someone to get going. It's hard when you have someone like Marina Whittle sitting on the bench. She leads the league in scoring. She is a donut in this game so far. She's averaging under 20 points. She's one player that you'll want to unlock in the second half.
Yeah, Whittle, none from 7 attempts in the game so far. Morgan Yeager at the Chemist Warehouse stripe here. getting the second as well. Last 20 seconds of the second quarter. Wallace will settle it down for the last play. That little battle with Jaeger going on again. Wallace, that's too good, just too good. The NZ player timeout called by the Pouākai.
It's just a great take by Wallace. You can see how much trust the Queens have in her. They go a flat, give her the space, come set her that pick and roll, and trust her to make something happen. She makes the right call. We'll see what the Pouākai can come up with out of this BNZ player timeout.
Scan the QR code, 5,000 tickets to give away to groups. Just fill out your group details. Once you scan that code and grab your tickets to the big game with thanks to BNZ. All right, let's see what the Pouākai can do with this last play. They might need these 2 points, possibly 3 points if Dale can get something unleashed here. And she wasn't far away. 46-28. It's a healthy advantage to the Tokomanawa Queens here, who put on a very impressive half of basketball here in round 7. They lead 46-28. We've got a halftime wrap coming soon. Stick around.
We'll dress it up. It's a competition where our young competitors dress. We have 4 competitors on the baseline. They're going to dribble to each clothing station. Put the uniform item on, then dribble to the next station, finishing off with making a basket at the other goal. We have a Queen singlet, Queen shorts, Queen beanie, and some basketball shoes mainly. The winners will receive the uniform they have put on minus the shoes. Are you ready? He's ready. Are you ready? What's your name? That boy. Nice, Wyatt. Who's here for Wyatt? Who wants to support Wyatt? That's right. And what is your name? Who's here for Tobias? Tobias, let's fans up here. And what is your name? Matisse, who's here for Matisse today? And finally, our final competitor, what is your name? Sienna, who's here for Sienna? Alright, it's like the Melbourne Cup. Here we go. Pick your contestant. On your mark. Get set. Go! And we're off to the Queens. Dress them up competition at halftime. As we can see, the young ones are trying to get a little bit more uniforms on. All getting in there. They Queens. Uniforms up the ropes. Coming to the finish line. Good shoot, good shoot. Here we go. Now it's up to the bucket. So, Alexander, how did you prepare for this competition? There you go. All you need to do is come on and dribble, and you can win a prize. We're just waiting for our youngest, I think, to get those balls in the basket.
Both NBA draftees, by the way.
I don't know whether that's the juicy or the shorts. Oh, it's got to be the shorts. Here we go. One more chance.
Well, it's half-time, and the Tokomanawa Queens are putting on a clinic in this game, 46-28. They have just been far too good across the court at both ends so far for the Mainland Pouākai, who are battling to create good looks. They're shooting the ball at just 25%, Crystal. And the Queens have just been so tough, so tough.
Yeah, as we have a look through these Chemist Warehouse stats, The main point of difference for me is the three-point percentage. The Pouākai only 1 from 14 from the three-point land. 1 from 4 are the Queens. They are trying to score in the paint. They're now up to 26 points in the paint, whereas the Pouākai only 16. Both teams only have 5 players scoring. Bree Hall coming off the bench scoring for the Pouākai, and the Queens, only their starting 5 has scored, so something to watch out for there. We'll see if they can get their bench going in the second half. But Davidson really being the point of emphasis down low for the Queens. And rebounds, Lou Brown getting it done. 8 rebounds to her name. Fogg was able to pick up 2 while she was out on the floor, but the Pouākai are missing her size inside. Ezra McGoldrick getting in and amongst it, and Whitaker has been good off the bench. They're holding it down on the glass for the Pouākai so far in the absence of Fogg. Then assists, Stella Beck with 3, Lou Brown 2, then Jaeger and Mike Sell with 2 for the Pouākai. We're pretty evenly matched there. The Pouākai have 7 assists on the game, whereas the Queens have 8. As we keep moving along, Ezra McGoldrick with 1 block. But yeah, for me, it's that three-point percentage. The Pouākai only hitting 1 so far. And then also those free throws. The Pouākai have attempted 10. They've taken 10 trips to the line, whereas the Queens have got their 20. So that's another point to watch out for too.
And the fouls as well. Penina Davidson on 3 fouls. But no one else really in foul trouble. But there are 5 players, 6 players in fact now on 2 fouls each for the Pouākai, including 4 of their starters. And we must remind you too that Abigail Fogg, their starting centre, haven't seen her since the 6th minute of the game due to an eye injury. So it's nothing is going right for the Pouākai in this game. But if they can dig out of this big hole, they might find a way to victory. It's not going to be easy for them. The second half isn't too far away. We'll see how they go. Stick around. Third quarter is next. 46-28. We're not too far away from the start in the third quarter. In Porirua, in round 7 of Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. As the Queens really look to squeeze the life out of the Pouākai, and it's certainly been that type of performance. As we check out that good health poll again for you. Scan the QR code. We'd love to get you involved in the game. And, well, it's split, isn't it, pretty much between the winning margin based on what we've seen, but it is hard to go against that 47% of you out there, isn't it, Crystal?
Oh, come on, let's go, Pouākai fans. Get amongst it, support your team, believe in the comeback. You absolutely have to will them over the line. They'll be able to feel your support all the way down in Wellington.
Well, you know, comebacks can happen too, because in the Rapidly game earlier today, the way the Pouākai were playing, there was no chance of them losing. No chance. But somehow the Queens pulled their socks up and found a way to come back. So it can happen.
It absolutely can. And both of these coaches have won championships. They know what it takes to make adjustments in game, change things up, and get things going for their teams.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, though, for the Pouākai. Tanina Davidson and Christy Wallace already in double figures. And the leading scorer for Pouākai is McKenna Dale with 9 points. Let's remind you too, we've got round 8 coming next weekend. But before then, we've got one more game in round 7, and it's tomorrow from Auckland, the Hoiho. Well, what about that loss to the Whai last night where they were pipped on the buzzer? We all thought we were going to overtime in that game when Darts nailed a 3-pointer with a couple of seconds left, which locked the scores up, only for the Whai, with Eddie Shearer on the buzzer, winning the game for the Whai. What a wonderful game that was. Can the Hoiho bounce back tomorrow when they play the Kahu in Auckland? Last time those two teams met in Auckland, the Hoiho played fantastically well to win that game. So that is what's coming up tomorrow, Sunday afternoon hoops. All good for the Queens so far. Wallace, Beck, Park, Davidson, Brown. It's been a first-class performance from them so far, but with Davidson on 3 fouls, interesting to see there, Crystal, she will not be starting the third quarter.
They will not, and they've not chosen to bring another big into this lineup. They've chosen instead to bring another guard in Burrows. They're looking to match the speed, the pace of this Pouākai team. Maybe look to play fast themselves. So we see Marina Whittle back on the court, still yet to score in this game. The leading scorer in the league has been held quiet by the Queens.
No sign of fog too. So Whitaker, after playing every second of that Rapidly game earlier today, which included a minute of overtime, is out there again. And really, Coach Stojkovic has got no option with Fogg out with that eye injury.
Whitaker has been putting in a shift today, and can I also mention she dominated the first half of Rapid.
And there is a steal straight away from Park for the Queens. Park. A bit of luck, and that might have fallen for a 3-point play.
She just came off with such good pace, got herself downhill. Hard pound dribble all the way to the rim. Have a look at it again. It's that little hezzy skip. Then drives her way into the lane with force.
Geez, poor old Coach Stojkovic. He looks like he's been put through the ringer in this game.
Yeah, he's searching for an answer.
Yeah, exactly. And it's hard to see a solution the way these Queens are playing in this game.
He's got some good help with his assistant, Helen Williamson, on the bench.
It's all going for Tanya Tupu as the Queens get close to a 20-point lead in this game. Jaeger. Nice pass into Whitaker. That's better.
That's just too easy. Burrows not letting Jaeger go middle, but giving up the direct line to the basket. Easy drop-off for Jaeger.
Whitaker gets 2 valuable points. Her first 2 points of the game. And now Whitaker. that's a little unlucky. Is she going to concede that foul, Charlotte Whittaker?
She will. It's a good decision by the Queens to come out of that on ball and get it on quick. Have another look. Christy Wallace draws those two defenders out. Now all they're lost out there, Stella Beck's open, and Charlotte Whittaker forced to come late in that help side rotation.
Yeah, and forced to go off as well with 3 fouls. Whittle's just picked up 3 fouls as well. She remains out on the court. And that's a good turnover, McGoldrick. Almost Wallace getting in there to steal it. Here's Whittle again, pulling up for the 3, and Whittle gets going finally in this game.
And that's what she does best. Stopping in transition, getting herself going from deep. We know she can turn it on. She's a very experienced 3-on-3 player where you have to come switched on right away.
First points of the game for Whittle. Here's Wallace. Oh, blocked! That was splendid there from McKenna Dale.
She has seen enough from Christy Wallace. Puts a stop to it with that one.
Here's Hall for 3. Oh, it rattles home. And Tanya Tupu calls a timeout. Love that little period of play from the Pouākai.
And that's the way they wanted to start the half, get themselves going, running freely in transition, getting themselves going from deep. Look again, Whittle with the drive, Ezra with the extra, Bree Hall with the 3, and just like that, the Pouākai are feeling themselves.
Hall goes up to 11 points. Can't understate the importance there of Dale's block at the other end of the court. That was the block of the game so far.
Exactly. Them getting going on that defensive side of things are leading to good things offensively. Queens want to get back to their very selective shot choice.
Well, the challenge for this team now is can they keep it going? And speaking of keeping it going, here's this week's special from Sells. The large cheese for 30 bucks. Dinner's all sorted by scanning that QR code and locking it in.
Dinner can be
But
sorted.
why not wait? Why wait, brother? Just get into it now.
And dinner can be sorted every day until next Thursday.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do that stuff, isn't it?
It is. Pizza's a pretty good solution. Fix everyone's moods. The summer's out. Take it for a picnic.
Damn. Here is Wallace. Interesting to see what response we get from the Queens here. It's the first little period of play we've really seen the Pouākai dominate in the entire match. Can they keep it going? Here's Beck. And they've got it again, McGoldrick. Goldrick, determined is from McGoldrick. This is a nice little run going on here for the Pouākai.
It is. Out of that timeout, though, we saw the Queens sub Penina Davidson back in for Paige Burrows, going with their taller lineup.
And there's another play from McGoldrick that comes up trumps. Here's Hall. Looking for the foul on Wallace. Not coming, and there's the rebound from Brown. Wow, this is a lovely scoring point. This is a 10-0 run for the Pouākai, and it's stopped stone dead there by Wallace. Who else?
She is just so good from the mid-range. Honestly, at times, looks better than most people's layups. Ezra McGoldrick with the footwork. Turnaround, beautiful move.
Ezra's on a tear at the moment. 6 points and some big plays at the other end of the court. What about that from Wallace? That might have just about been the basket of the year had that dropped.
Did she just double clutch a reverse? Let's have another look at it. Chrissy Wallace rejects that screen, spin and a pump to get to that reverse layup. Jaeger with the check-in and the respect for that.
Christy Wallace back to the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Real miss from her this season. She's an 82% free throw shooter. Wallace gets the second. She's up to 14 points. For now, she's the leading scorer for the Queens. One above Davidson. Here's Dale for 3. That looked good off the hand for McKenna Dale.
But it's too much space for McKenna Dale. The Pouākai getting hot from outside in the second half. Marina Whittle, key to making that happen.
Third three-pointer of the quarter for the Pouākai. Here's Beck. Trademark. Move there from Stella Beck. And that's going to be 2 shots from the Chemist Warehouse stripe if the foul goes on Dale, which will be her third.
That's a big one for the Pouākai. Dale has been hot lately, but so many bodies inside. Have another look at Whittle with the drop back to Dale, who lines it up and knocks it down.
Yeah, well, that 3 Dale's up to 12 points. But Whittle, Jaeger, Dale and Whitaker are all on 3 fouls now.
This is a long game, something that they will want to watch out for. Look at that foul difference this quarter. The Pouākai 4 Queens have been clean so far.
Yeah, too clean, some might say. Here's Dale. Got to work on Brown. Let's dish out to McGoldrick. And the mid-ranger is good from Ezra McGoldrick. She's got 8 points.
Great paint touch by Dale. Good heads-up play to see Ezra waiting in the wings.
McGoldrick's having a wonderful quarter. 8 points, 7 rebounds in the game for her now as Beck goes to work again. Davidson. Another foul. And who's that one going on? McGoldrick this time, perhaps.
Stella Beck does such a good job of finding space through bodies. There are a lot of people in the paint right now. We can have another look at it. Look at that. Almost 8 bodies around the rim. Penina Davidson picking up the trash and taking it to the Chemist Warehouse free throw line.
So Davidson at the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Second one can't go as Dale grabs it. Whittle quickly down court it goes. Quick 3 coming in this time, and it's a fantastic shot. Who nailed that? It was so fast I couldn't even see.
Oh, it was Mike Sell, and she has that quick release. You've got to find her in transition. Marina Whittle with the good vision.
4 threes in this quarter. Parker was astray from long range. Here is Whittle. Bree Hall looking for the foul on Beck, and she gets it! Bree Hall, that was superb.
They are hyped up right now. You can feel them feeding off each other's energy. How about that pass from Marina Whittle on the money, and Bree Hall with the athletic, tough finish down low.
She had plenty of work to do there. That's Beck's 3rd foul. 5 players from the Pouākai now on 3 fouls. But no one on 4 as Bree completes the 3-point play to go to 14 points. And look at that scoreline. Who would have thought that? We told you at halftime that comebacks can happen.
Hey, 18% of people at home thought that this was going to happen. Oh, and another good stop by the Pouākai. The Queens picking up the offensive foul. Let's have another look at it. I think Stella Beck got Marina Whittle on the turn. Marina Whittle does a good job of selling that to the referee.
Well, that's going to force a change as Lou Brown looking to come back in the game. There goes the 3 from Dale, and the Pouākai hit the lead.
That is how quick they can get hot.
Wow. That's amazing. They are outscoring the Queens 26-6 in this, make that 26-9 in this quarter.
What did I tell you? That was a good find, picking up Brooke Basham, the shooter out of Australia.
Yeah, from a lovely part of South Australia as well. Mike Sell can't nail that one. Basham tips it back to Davidson. Now Wallace. You've got a game on our hands now. What a comeback. Here's Davidson. Meat and drink for her. And who's that foul going on? Is it Hall? Pouākai will hope it does go on Bree Hall because she is only on 1 foul and not Whittle, who's on 3.
Good patience from Chrissy Wallace, and it's more good patience from Penina Davidson down low to wait for that defense to bite.
Well, Davidson at the line now. Now Beck's on 4 fouls, so she's out of the game. And she's a real glue type of player for Tania Tupu. And so it's going to be interesting to see who can fill that role now. It looks like Basham initially is going to be asked to do it.
Stella Beck is that glue piece, but that's exactly why you want to put her on the bench and save her for the end of the game, because she is a closer, she's a finisher, she makes winning plays down the stretch.
By the way, Bree Hall did pick up that last foul rather than Whittle for the Pouākai. So she's on 2 fouls. Dale has lost control and Wallace has it. Wallace. Davidson. Wallace again. There goes the 3-ball from Basham.
Cut it out. The insertion of Basham off the bench. 2 big threes to stop this run that the Pouākai have been on in this third quarter.
Wow, Basham shows her skills. The new signing for the Queens with back-to-back triples.
Pretty decent defense from the Pouākai up until that point, but Basham, even a meter out of the 3, can still connect.
6 points for Basham. Both of them 3-pointers. And that's a bit of payback for the Pouākai, been dropping threes for fun in this third quarter. How many did they have in the first half? Just 1, wasn't it?
They were 1 from 14 in that first half.
Now they're 6 from 19.
Yeah, that is the change. That is the adjustment that Alex Stojkovic definitely wanted to happen offensively coming into the second half.
However, having said all that, and the Queens conceded the lead there just for a moment, they have actually absorbed this pressure pretty well, I think, Crystal, to reclaim the lead by 6 points. Score is 60-54 at the moment.
Yeah, that little run that they went on at the start versus the Queens' smaller lineup, when they brought Penina Davidson back in there and added some presence inside that paint, I think that was a great decision by the coaching staff for the Queens. But yeah, the challenge now is to locate these shooters early and shut them down for the Pouākai.
Here's Morgan Yeager. Paul. Yeager again, and another offensive foul. And this one's going to go, I think, on Charlotte Whitaker.
Don't tell me that's her 4th foul, Glenn.
It is her 4th foul.
Yeah, that's a big call. Once again, the Pouākai forced to go to a smaller lineup.
Yep, moving into the body there of Wallace. So Fogg out injured. Now Whitaker forced to sit down. Goldrick and Dale become key. Down low for the Pouākai. What an outlet pass that is. Dale. And that was just tipped by Lou Brown to disrupt, and that's come off Whittle, so it's going to be Queen's possession.
Great hustle from Lou Brown to sprint down the floor. Kenna Dale thought about this pass to Whittle, looked on for a split second, but Lou Brown with the length to disrupt.
Nice pass into Davidson. Beautifully finished by Penina Davidson off the wonderful pass.
It was. That was great team basketball, great connection to find the extra. And Whittle with the turnaround.
That little fadeaway too from Whittle. She's got 5 points. Just reckon these 3 fouls that McGoldrick, Whittle, Yeager, Dale are all on. It's going to get crunchy for the Pouākai. Whitaker's already on 4 fouls, especially given there's still 3:15 to play in the third quarter. Good find. Back to Davidson. Shot clock down to 2 for Park, and she finds her way to the basket.
Great awareness from Park to see the clock winding down. She took that drive with 5 seconds, giving her enough time for that step through.
She's gone 11 now as Dale can't nail the 3-pointer, and Wallace with authority goes Christy Wallace. Sticks with it though, doesn't she? There's the 3-ball from Basham again. She's away this time. It's a couple of little heat checks for both players.
That was Basham's first miss from 3 in this game today.
Here's from McGoldrick. Going to work there on Davidson and winning the day. Davidson, remember, playing on 3 fouls. She's been a little cautious down low defensively now.
Yeah, smart from her not to bite or take the risk on that block so that they can keep her out there for things like this. Look at that seal down low. Great delivery from her teammates.
All class as the Queens head clear by 8. And Whittle, well, you can't leave her alone like that. She'll hurt you.
The Queens take a 2. The Pouākai come right back with a 3. Whittle, too much space out in the wings.
8 points for Whittle. Intriguing last couple of minutes. Queens have just lost their poise just a touch. Have they? Dale. Nice pass to Whittle. And Whittle, a little teardrop, can't get it to drop. And now she fights hard, and we've got a jump ball. Queens have got it on the rotation.
Great take from Whittle. Danina Davidson with the smarts to get her hands on it and avoid picking up that foul.
So 5-point game. Pouākai 33 points in this quarter. And that's another fantastic basket there from Wallace.
It's just such a nice shot. Took the extra dribble to get herself in rhythm. Good kickback by Jaeger.
Ooh, McGoldrick.
Ezra now up to 13 points. First 3.
36 points for the Pouākai in this quarter. In the first half, they got 28. Well, it's really loosening up a little bit at the moment as Brown collects 2 points there for the Queens. And there's a lovely drive by Whittle again.
Or Jaeger should we
this
say.
time.
Tough drive. She's so crafty with the ball. She's quick. She has rhythm. She's got the pace to go with it. And the inside hand finish on that layup. Look at her here. Just a change of pace on the cross. Draws that foul while getting the finish. Jaeger's come out to play.
Jaeger up to 7 points. Back to a 4-point game. How is it that a team can score 14 points in the first quarter, 14 points in the second, and then 38 in the third? And there's still time to play as McGoldrick collects the offensive rebound. There goes Mike Sal. Can't get it. What about that from Whittle? And 2 more shots coming up from the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, it is insane the turnaround that this Pouākai team have had this quarter. Told you early though, this is the highest scoring team in the league. They have the names to get hot at any moment. Tania Tupu knew it when she saw them leaking out and called those timeouts early. But Marina Whittle was really that missing piece.
And Whittle has got going in this quarter. She was on no points at halftime. She's on 9 now. She's been averaging 20 points per game.
Not only does she lead her team in scoring, she also leads them in rebounding 8 per game and steals 1.5. So no surprise to see how much she impacts. So we see Wally get all the way to the rim.
18 points for Wallace now. Last 30 seconds. Jaeger. Jaeger kicks it out to Whittle. This is the deep 2, and Brown, that's a good rebound from her. She's been rebounding the ball really well in the game. She's up to 10 rebounds now. So Wallace is going to settle it down for the last shot. See what the Queens can do here. Park. Oh, beautifully done. And that is a very tidy way to end the quarter for the Tokomanawa Queens. But what a quarter from the mainland Pouākai. They dropped 40 points in that third quarter. What a comeback. 74-68 is the 3-quarter time score. Back for the final quarter in just a moment.
Where we start at the free throw line, dribble to the center court. Are you ready? Set. Go! And here we go. Our contestants this evening is Elena and Myra, 3 times around the body. Oh. Then you got to come into the basket. Let's cheer them on. Here we go. Oh, well done. Take it up high. Whoa, well done. 2, 1, 2, 3. And you go. Hey! Think we got time? You have time to do one more round, one. Back this way. And I think we have a winner of the DJ Garden Home Rauparaha competition. Thank you so much.
Well, the Queens not lacking support as they really face the numbers crunch in that third quarter. As Pouākai came roaring back into this contest, dropping 40 points in that third quarter. And taking the lead briefly as well, let's remember. But fair play to the Queens, they absorbed it.
Surprisingly, the Queens also had their highest scoring quarter with 28.
Now start voting. Folks, get into it. Scan that QR code. Give us your MVP of this game. Dale has it blocked there by Davidson. Davidson with 20 points and 8 rebounds for the Queens. We'll give you that code again shortly. So get your mobile devices ready to scan that QR code. Here is Brown. Park. Shot clock down to 4. Wallace for 3. And there's the rebound by Whittle.
This is where the Pouākai have looked good, getting out and running. Charlotte Whitaker with the deep seal.
Oh, and the 2 points. Whitaker out there on 4 fouls. It must be said. Stella Beck, the only other player on 4 fouls in the game. She's on the bench at the moment for the Queens. Coach Tupa has the luxury of just keeping her back just for a little bit longer. Brown almost lost there. And Brown can't muscle it in though, and we see, oh jeepers, that's Whittle battling away. Hopefully run off. Looks like a little hip knock there. Brown's going to concede the foul.
A lot of physical play down that end.
So there's that poll again, folks. Who's your MVP? Who would you give your MVP to the moment? Well, on the numbers game, you'd have to give it to Davidson, wouldn't you?
You could. 20 points.
What about Wallace?
8 rebounds. Wally, 18 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists.
That's pretty decent,
2 steals.
Ji-Hoon Park working away with 11 points and 4 rebounds as well. And for the Pouākai, well, McGoldrick and Dale, the 2 Kiwi tall ferns.
Bree Hall is putting together a game as well, up to 15 points with that free throw.
McGoldrick with 13 points and 8 rebounds, and Whittle, well, still bothered by that little hip knock there. They will not want to lose her. Remember, they've already lost Abigail Fogg, their centre, with an eye injury. Here's Wallace, squeezing between defenders, all class, Christy Wallace.
She is going to work right now. She can feel this game tightening up. She wants to take control, gets herself all the way deep in the paint. Draws the foul, has a little nap while she's waiting.
Christy Wallace, such a pro. She was a medalist at the Paris Olympics last year with the Opals. Got the bronze, the Australian team in Paris. And she completed the three-point play there to go to 19 points. In fact, to 20 points now.
That's Marina Whittle on the bench, spending time with Lydia, the Pouākai physio. Hopefully they can have a quick fix and get her back out there.
It does not look good though, is it? Magic spray is out there for Whittle. Now what's happening here? Just a little issue with the scoring bench. There's another opportunity for you to scan that QR code. We would love to get your input in the game and who the MVP will be. So there are you can vote for any player, not just the ones listed on your screen, as we see Sam Pan over there sorting out this technical issue. So a chance for you to really scan that QR code and get your vote in. This game is far from done. 77-72, a 5-point game for the Queens. 8:33 to play. Jaeger bringing the ball down court. Now Dale. Whitaker. Mike Sell for three. Feels like we're back into a pattern like we were in the first half, Crystal.
Oh, don't do that to them, Glenn. The Pouākai were hot not too long ago, and we've seen how they can just get going. Pretty decent look for their shooter Mike Sell on that last possession.
Park, 6 on the shot clock, lovely dish. Basket not completed there by Brown, and she, maybe in frustration, has fouled Jaeger.
Definitely a frustration foul. She's missed a couple of those bunnies underneath the basket. Now questioning if that's her 4th foul. It is.
Definitely is. So she and Stella Beck go to 4 fouls. Whitaker and Dale are both on 4 for the Pouākai, and both of them are out there with 7:50 to play. Coach Stojkovic has rolled the dice. Hoping he's going to hit the jackpot. Mike Sell. That's a good basket there from Taylor Mike Sell.
Great floater from her. Couldn't get to her 3-point shot. Went and found some space elsewhere. Paid off with the floater.
Wallace trying to find Davidson, and that's been tipped out of court by Penita Davidson. Chance for the Pouākai to close that margin back to 1, perhaps even tie the ball game up.
Could see Christy Wallace after she threw that away. Said, I should have hit you, Brooke, out in the wings. See if she makes that adjustment next time.
It's Hall. Good defense there by Park, and Whitaker rattles one in from long range.
Whitaker can absolutely knock it down. 1 from 2 in this game.
Wallace misses the pull-up, and Whitaker got a 3-pointer in the rapidly game as well. Here's Dale. Now the Pouākai can take the lead again here. Now starting to get their confidence back. Mike Sell. This is Jaeger. Shot clock down to 8 for Morgan Jaeger. Rebound is good for Dale. And there's the foul from Davidson, who goes to 4 personal fouls now.
McKenna Dale has done such a good job of getting the ball back for her team. That's her 5th rebound on the day. If we have a look at that again on replay, she could sense Jaeger was going to take that shot. Flew in. Did a good enough job to draw the contact as well.
Now 2 shots from the Chemist Warehouse stripe here for McKenna Dale.
What's concerning for the Queens with that call is Davidson picks up her 4th.
Beck has returned to the game. She's on 4 fouls. Brown's checked out of it, but Davidson looks like she's going to stay on. This Tanya Tupu has the luxury there of rotating Brown into the centre position. If Davidson does foul out, a bit of depth in that role. Here's Beck. Beck. And Beck completes 2 more points. She's got 10.
Stella Beck been waiting on the bench, analysing from off the court. Picked her moment perfectly on that drive.
Beck, rather Hall and Whitaker are taking a breather for the meantime. Goes to 3 from Whittle, who's back out there now. After recovering from that hip knock. The offensive rebound again by McGoldrick. Dale misses the triple. McGoldrick and they're almost grabbing it again. Oh, we're flip-flopping again in this game now. Here's Beck to Wallace. Park. Shot clock down to 7 for Ji-Hyun Park. They'll do something here, the Korean. And she does something. Boy, she does it.
Man, that was something special right there. The footwork, the patience, the turnaround. Very pretty from the Korean.
Here is Whittle. Jaeger! Not to be. The Pouākai just got a little bit cold again, Crystal. Wallace. She looms as a key figure in down the stretch in this game. Christy Wallace off target on that occasion.
Christy Wallace, that's usually her shot. She's played big minutes in this game.
Here is Marina Whittle with 2 valuable points for the Pouākai.
Coming back in just when they need her, keeping this a 1-point game. Marina Whittle up to 12 points.
Here's Wallace. Back to Davidson. Oh, Davidson can't nail it. Here's a chance for Pouākai to take the lead again. McGoldrick. Here's Dale. Trying to bank it home. There was Mike Sell, not to be. Wallace.
Good pick off by Whittle. She argued that she tipped it back off Park to the ref and then smiled after. Tried to get that ball back. They'll take a timeout, talk things over. There's only 4 minutes left in this ball game, and man, is it close.
Now, thank you for voting in the game MVP poll on Good Health. Good to see some votes now, and Davidson has got the nudge on Beck, McGoldrick and McKenna Dale. Christy Wallace. Come on, there must be some Christy Wallace fans out there. 21 points. She's the leading scorer in the game. She's got 6 assists, 2 steals. She also has 6 rebounds, 2 blocks. Stellar performance.
I'm sure she's going to get some votes. Everyone watching at home is locked in on what's been going on. But I'm not complaining about Fall Tall Ferns being at the top of that list.
Me neither. 81 to 80. Well, round 7 has already seen a thriller with the fire in the Hoiho last night going right down to the last second before Emi Shearer nailed the buzzer beater to give a 2-point win for the Phi. Are we heading the same way in this game? Remember, we had our rapidly game here this afternoon went to overtime.
Man, that game had everything.
Oh, what an inbound pass. Park with 2 points.
Queens cleared out that keyhole and let Park come through with pace.
Let's see what the response from the Pouākai is going to be. Whittle. Looking for movement. Whitaker. He's out there on 4 fouls. Kennedale out on 4 fouls. What about that from Whittle?
Just a great hesitation on that catch. Good footwork to get the defense to pause. And that lane opened. 14
points for Whittle. All of the points in the second half. Check that out from Stella Beck. And the foul as well. I think it came from Mike Sell.
That is the second time we've seen Stella Beck turn the corner and get to a strong right hand. Mike Sell with the cheap one coming through. And Stella Beck has the opportunity to make this a 3-point play.
Which he does. Stella Beck gives the Queens a lead by 4 again. Here is Taylor Mike Sell. 5 points in the game for Whitaker. She's a tough player, Charlotte Whitaker. Mike's out for three. In it goes!
Don't leave the shooter like that. The Queens trying to switch back that mismatch that Whitaker had down low. Left the shooter wide open.
10th three-pointer in the game from the Pouākai. The Queens only had 3. Park. Now who's that come off? It's going to be...
That was smart from Lou Brown. I think she tipped that straight to Bree Hall standing out of court.
Yeah, a little unlucky for Bree Hall, wasn't it?
Yeah, have another look at it. Lou Brown doing what she does best, chasing it down, handing it right to Bree Hall.
Get out of the way next time, Bree. Here's Park for 3. And Hall gets the rebound. Bree Hall pulls up. Rattles it home for 2 more. Hall up to 16, 18 points.
Good decision from Hall to pull up and take that shot. She had runners out on the wings. Didn't want to risk it.
Hall now the leading scorer for the Pouākai.
Unlucky that she stepped on that ball because that was a great read. Good opportunity to steal it. While Penina wasn't looking.
That was really unlucky. Let's have a look at Wallace. Shot clock down to 6. Oh, that was a pass meant for Davidson. Pouākai can stretch their lead now. Bree's going to settle it down, Bree Hall. Oh, stolen. Beautifully done from Ji-Hyun Park. Park. Oh, she travelled. Good call by the officials. They got that one spot on.
That was a great steal from Park leading up to that. Casual with that pass. Ji-Hyun Park, too excited on the run.
Just a little bit, the tiniest little bit of indecision there from Ji-Hyun Park. Bree Hall, by the way, with 18 points, as that equals his season's high, which he got against the Queens the last time these two teams met as well. Here's Dale. Whitaker. Jaeger. Can't get the triple. Davidson with the rebound. Wallace. What another thriller we've got for you in Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. Beautiful little layoff pass there. And Park. Another assist for Wallace. She's got 8 assists in the game.
Christy Wallace, so good at getting her teammates good looks. Ji-Hyun Park getting to her spot, super low.
Dale can't get the deep 2, and it looks like Whitaker might have done a little push there, and that could be her done in this game. With Wallace luring the foul out of Charlotte Whitaker. And look at Tanya Tupi, she's calling for an intentional foul there. An unsportsmanlike foul.
Yeah, she wants the hold, and that is a big call at this stage in the game for the Pouākai.
Well, in fairness, I think Whitaker's done pretty well to last this long, Crystal. With to take it 1 minute and 9 left. She's been playing with 4 fouls basically the entire quarter.
Yeah, she has. And she wanted the ball down low. She had that mismatch. Her teammates couldn't get it to her. Unfortunately, resulted in that call.
Pouākai have lost both their bigs now. Fogg to injury, and now Whitaker, who's fouled out. Davidson should have a field day down there. And there's another foul coming. Jaeger, I reckon's picked this one up. Goes to 4 fouls from Morgan Jaeger.
We've been speaking about this foul trouble for the Pouākai.
They've done remarkably well not to actually have more players fouled out.
Yeah, agreed. 56 seconds left. Can they hold on?
Oh, no! Park can't seal it. Chance for the Pouākai to take the lead again. McKenna Dale all the way. It's Mainland Pouākai up by 1 point with 46.4 to play. What a finish we got coming up. Stella Beck. Park. That's Basham. Shot clock down to 6. Davidson. Oh, McGoldrick got in there and nicked it almost. And we've got an on-court foul there. Is that Dale? Who's picked up that? Dale's on 4 fouls. Jaeger out there on 4 fouls. That might go on McKenna Dale.
Let's see who it has gone to. Jaeger's on 4, Dale's on 4. McGoldrick and Whittle's still with the 3. Mike's still with the 3. Foul trouble has been plaguing the Pouākai all day. Started in the Rapid, it's continued on into this game.
Park. Big miss there for Ji-Hyun Park. Normally so reliable. Park to tie the game. That foul, by the way, went on Whittle. She's on 4 fouls. So it's a tied ball game with 23.6 left. Park goes to 18 points, timeout on the floor. What a finish for the second day in a row.
A big play coming up here for the Pouākai.
Well, what an extraordinary second half from the Pouākai. 40 points in the third quarter, 21 in the fourth so far. They're outscoring the Queens by 7 in this quarter. They outscored the Queens by 12 in the previous quarter. But job's still not done. And Christy Wallace goes to the top of the voting with 30%, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. What a player she is. And what about McGoldrick? Great to see her getting some love. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 block.
Yeah, so good to see her on that list because with those 13 points, she has reached 500 career points. So what an achievement, and congratulations for her on achieving that milestone. Shout out to Mike Lacey, who keeps track of all those things for us.
Mike does a fantastic job. Now 23.6 to play. So Park just nailed that last free throw to go to 18 points. Here's from McGoldrick. She's going to be a key player in these last 23.6 seconds. The Pouākai have the ball. Coach Stojkovic, he's ditched the jacket. Let's get it on. These last 20 seconds of this game. Morgan Jaeger. Going to try and soak up as much time as possible here. There's the play. It's into Whittle. It's down to Whittle. She's fouled and she gets the basket with 4.2 left. That is gutsy.
That is a great play drawn up for the leading scorer of this league, and she's giving the thumbs up. But let's have another look at it. Mike Sal sets that screen. Marina Whittle taking her time, getting to her spot and absorbing that contact from Park. What a finish.
Wow, Marina Whittle, who has kept scoreless the entire first half, has now got 16 points. And she has a chance to go to 17. And this is hugely important, this three-point play.
She has been a key piece for the Australian 3-on-3 team for some years now. She's gotten a lot of wins with that team. She's shown she's a great individual scorer, and she just put her on display with that.
Oh no, that's come off the Queens. It's going to be Pouākai ball. How unlucky is that? And there's Coach Stojkovic calling a timeout. Very good timeout called by Coach Stojkovic with 3.2. He wants calmness and composure. That, so unlucky for the Queens, Crystal.
Yeah, what a play. They wanted that miss. Yeah, let's have another look at how that unfolded.
Let's see if we can get a replay in just a moment. McGoldrick, 13 and 16. With it back in 8 points, back on 8%. So McGoldrick with 25. McDale's had a big game too. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Wow, the Queens had this game all wrapped up. Let's have a look here again. Now watch Stella Beck here. It's just agonising watching that from her perspective.
It is, and Ezra McGoldrick is so hard to box out because she's long. She has that reach behind you. Stella Beck just forced out of the play.
Well, this is going to be, you'd think, an amazing win for the Pouākai. All they need to do now is hold the ball.
Hey, this is a very experienced Queens squad. Don't put it past them that they could get this back.
Jaeger. Here's the clever play off the boot there from Wallace. It's just nudged another little 0.7 off the clock.
It does, and it also gives the Queens a preview at the play that they've just run. Will they do the same thing?
Well, we might have a little bit more than 2.5 left, actually. We're just waiting to see how much time is left with the officials.
Now remember, if the Queens were to get the ball right here, they can call their BNZ player timeout in advance. It would immediately stop the clock and let them take the ball down that end of the floor. Both teams are in the bonus. Any fouls will put the opposition at the line.
How much time is left here? They're going to settle on 3 seconds. That seems fair. 0.2 of a second taken off the clock with that play from Wallace. So here we go. Jaeger again. There's the play from Dale. And there's the little reach in by Beck. Clever play from Stella Beck, but now the Pouākai can kick clear here with these 2 free throws from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. They can seal victory here with McKenna Dale.
Unfortunately for Stella Beck, that is her 5th foul, so she'll take a seat, but Lou Brown is very warm. She's put up some numbers in this game.
Yeah, what about Beck? 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. It's a very Stella Beck-like performance. So these 2 free throws fall from McKenna Dale. You'd think it's done. And the Pouākai, you won't see more gutsier wins than this in the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa League this year than this one right here from the Mainland Pouākai. That's clutch free throw shooting from the Tall Fern.
It is McKenna Dale. A steady head for this Pouākai squad.
Well, the BNZ player timeout called by the Queens. Chance for you to scan that QR code and get your ticket to the big game with thanks to BNZ. Wallace to inbound it. And that is the end of the game. And the Mainland Pouākai have come from the depths to win this match. Extraordinary performance from them. 93 to 89, they get the victory. They were down 46 to 28 at halftime and have found a way with magnificent basketball executed in the second half to pinch this game from the table-topping Queens. Ezra McGoldrick gets the MVP. Congratulations to her. Great numbers from McGoldrick Tall Fern. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, 1 block. Ezra McGoldrick on top of her game in this one, Crystal.
Yeah, she absolutely deserves the MVP with those 10 rebounds. She also reaches 300 career rebounds, so 500 points, 300 career rebounds, and she walks away with the win today. What a game from Pouākai. Let's get through these chemist warehouse stats. McKenna Dale, how big was she? How clutch was she down the stretch? And Bree Hall, this was arguably one of her best games. But Chrissy Wallace, Penina Davidson, they had an outing as well. Lou Brown, Ezra McGoldrick cleaned up the glass. The Pouākai really missing Fogg down low. But those assists, Wally with 8 for her team. Dale, Jaeger, Whittle. Man, Whittle got things going offensively, dishing that ball out. They all had 5. And those are the blocks. And let's move in to steals and the games to come up this week.
Yeah, well done to all the players. Great game of basketball with Basham topping the steal count with 4 in the game. So we're back in it tomorrow with the Kahu and the Hoi Ho. Looking forward to your company at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then round 8 begins on Friday. The Queens looking for a bit of revenge against the Kahu after what we've just seen, and the Hoi Ho and Whai are also at home next weekend. But what a win for the Pouākai over the Tokomanawa Queens in this game. Great coaching performance too from Alex Stojkovic, 93-89. We hope you enjoyed the game here from Porirua, and we'll catch you for tomorrow afternoon from Auckland for the Kahu Hoi Ho game.